stuttering on my. I mean, I used to do it. It didn't stutter. So, but it was face cam. Face cam is a little
All
different than
right.
like.
Check the. I started a stream,
Is this
so
the
check it.
face of?
You started?
Yeah, I
What the
started
heck?
a stream, so check it.
Is this
Man, you
the
would.
face of a dynasty? R.J. Barrett, and Jalen Brunson.
Yo,
Like,
I started the stream.
Oh, what's good? You know what I'm
Jalen Brunson, what's good, y'all? You know, we're here with our thing.
You
Is
niggas
it
will say
is it
shit.
is it stuttering or not?
I didn't even look. Can you send me a link, good sir? I can check though.
Nigga, check on your phone, bro.
you already know the
Who's
vibes.
that?
You know, we back at it.
Oh
I don't
shit.
have the link.
This little ass thing.
Back
Give
at
me a
it
sec.
again with another video, and there's a lot of stuff been going on in the NBA world. You know, apparently Jalen Brunson is worth $28 million a year. Like,
You don't want to hold on. Let's make sure
Oh
you don't
yeah,
repeat it.
oh yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a little bit of stuttering, but it's not bad.
So is this like our empire? Is this it? Like, are we doing this? Like, are you ready for this? It's
are you ready for this jelly? Like,
It's like huh?
What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do?
I don't know. It's up to y'all. I don't care.
Up to you, Kareem. It's your world.
Katie ain't
Katie
him.
ain't him. We could just we could do.
Yeah,
You want to do with cam or without
let's
cam?
just
Like,
do
what
it
are we
with Cam.
feeling?
Let's just do it with Cam.
With cam?
Yeah, we might. Yo, for those of
It's
y'all
not-
who are here, you know, thanks for being here. It might be a little bit of stuttering on the camera. We just got to get the kinks worked out. Shaq
Where the
just
fuck are
left.
you going?
I don't know
Like,
why.
We
But
can-
anyways,
I feel
welcome
like-
back to another episode of the Trikage podcast. We're here. You know, Katie for some reason wants out. Like you said, he is not him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't really speak on it.
So I mean, yeah, we can. Let's tackle. We can tackle the weak shit first, or like. I mean, Bradley Beal.
we talk about the league shit. So, I
Yeah.
think it was earlier on this week. They were wondering if Kyrie Irving would stay, and it was a bunch of Kyrie Irving put a bunch of teams out that he wanted to join. He said he might want to join the Lakers. He wanted to play with LeBron. Needless to say, Kyrie Irving re-signed to the Nets for I think it was $36.5 million a year, which is tough. Which is funny because KD today requested a trade, even though he has 4 years left on his deal.
That to
And
me,
two of
that's
the
the
teams-
wildest part. My fault.
You got it.
I was
So
gonna say,
obviously
like,
they didn't communicate with each other that like, yeah, nigga, you want to stay and then you want to go. Like it's cool but then Katie said like, oh, we still want to play with each other, but we just don't want to play for the Nets anymore. Y'all niggas need to talk, because then Katie can request a trade and Kyrie can just sign with whatever team would trade for KD. Like that's how it works.
That is true.
But like
They could have just done that.
but because y'all niggas didn't talk, Kyrie re-signed. So now you.
It's not us.
Oh,
It's
take Kyrie and
Shaq.
KD. Which I'm not
Oh
saying
my God.
there are teams that would do that, but you're probably not.
Oh,
Gonna
they
get
said
a
the
deal
face
with
cam's
Shaq.
really lagging. All right, we can turn it off.
can't really. Yeah, let's just turn it off.
Yeah, we
It's
turn it
not
off.
fucking with us. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Man thought he's in the same tier as GOAT Curry and got burned. Is Curry above KD now? Like, are we going with
Now
that?
Curry is about KD now.
Yeah, okay, just curious.
All
'Cause
right,
I was always on the.
Anyways,
two
what's it
MVPs and
called?
one MVP.
Aiden Speed said he
yeah.
thought he's in the same tier as Curry, but he got burned. Is that an accurate assessment for what happened with KD?
I mean,
you guys think?
Curry's one ring this year is better than anything KD's like kind of done, right?
I mean,
Isn't that-
yeah, because it's pretty much he was just on the superpowered Warriors team, so that's crazy. KD's legacy is
Steph
actually
also
just
has
not
more
that
regular.
good.
So
it's
KD has
actually
more
not that tough.
Yeah, KD has more Finals MVPs, and Curry has more regular season MVPs, and he has the first unanimous MVP. So
Yeah, because that KD has the best. Between them two, KD has the better MVP year. KD has the better Finals MVP year. I don't know, bro.
I mean, the
Finals.
finals. I wouldn't say that.
I think Curry has
Curry this year was
MVP.
definitely better than anything
Outside-
KD did.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
You said KD. You said KD had the better.
I meant.
And Curry also had the
MVP
better.
and-
Curry also had the better regular season year too. Like, what are we talking?
Because I
MVP
know.
season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
KD's MVP season, didn't he average 32 or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, he played really well, but
like it depends. Kind of like the whole thing with Curry is Curry averaged 30, but it was only like 50, 40, 90. It was 30 on 50, 40, 90.
I don't know. Curry definitely like the thing is this will tell you, right? When KD won his MVP, niggas were like, oh yeah, KD was good, but LeBron's still the best player in the world. Curry won his MVP, niggas were like, I don't know, Curry might be better. Obviously, we saw what LeBron did in the finals, but like, I'm saying like the regular season, Curry was definitely better because niggas were like, I don't know, this might be the best regular season nigga we've ever seen. So like, it's a little different.
Yeah, Edward Elric, you said that KD did Kyrie really dirty, which is what Shaq was saying. Like, he could have just told Kyrie to sign to whatever team the Brooklyn Nets traded him to, instead of having Kyrie, not telling him, and then having Kyrie sign to the Nets for that one extra year. It was kind of stupid. But
it's actually funny because like it's actually funny because I was talking about this with someone. Basically, the team that they had prior to getting Harden was actually really good. Like when you think about it, because you had KD, Kyrie, and then a lot of depth. And, like, they gave all that up.
Yeah, Shamet. They had to let go of Shamet. Shamet went to the Suns, and he's like a rotation player. Jared Allen was like their center, and Jared Allen was a solid center for the team. Now they don't have a center. Jared Allen was a good piece. Karis LeVert was a budding superstar. He did get injured, but he still like can hoop. It's not like he's terrible. Like Jared, he's still tough. So they definitely had like, I feel like they would have been better without just having Harden, because then you focus so much on superstars. Like if one of the superstars doesn't play, you have a lack of depth. Yeah. So I don't know.
And they traded that other superstar for like a little bit of depth, and Ben Simmons, who doesn't play. So they're kind of in this. Their bench pieces are not good. Is basically what we're at.
Yeah. And also
Drew also said hypothetically, if Ben Simmons, oh no, you got it yet.
No, it's good. I forgot.
So Drew was making a point that hypothetically, fit wise, Ben Simmons is perfect because he can pass and play defense. If Ben Simmons is still Ben Simmons, if he like, because he was in the talk for Defensive Player of the Year, and he also was like averaging like 9 or 10 assists on Philadelphia. That was before he stopped playing like a bitch, right? But if he still is that nigga. Like, because I know he claimed he had a back injury. Maybe he was capping and he's not really hurt. Maybe he was actually hurt and he's going to be washed. I don't know. But that could fit because he wouldn't have to score. He could legit just make easier chances for Kyrie and KD and just guard the best player on the other team. And that team is amazing because you have KD and Kyrie going stupid.
Yeah. They said the Kevin Durant next chapter meme will never die. I actually don't know what that is. Hold on. Let me.
You ever seen that? It was like it was one of the things he did when he went to the Warriors.
It's whenever KD loses, it's like his next chapters, he joins the team that beat him. So they have one for the Celtics.
Wait, so you're saying his next chapter's at Boston then?
Yeah. So they have one of the KD's next chapters, the Suns. KD's next chapter is Miami.
That's hilarious.
I've seen one. It was when they were talking about the U.S. Olympic soccer team or women's soccer team, and they were like undefeated, and they won another gold medal. It was all like, he's joining this team next year. Like,
yeah.
The whole meme is that KD only joins teams that win. That's the whole meme.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that's what they called it. I didn't realize they called it the next chapter meme. But yeah, the meme where he's like always joins the team he wants, like he loses to. I mean, I don't know. Kevin Durant, he's very like, this is not a good look. It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look that Curry had this crazy like championship, and then you kind of like the people are like, oh yeah, Kyrie, where's he gonna go? And Kyrie stay like basically when Kyrie go to a place, right? First year, then you go to get Harden.
It's the lack of communication.
You don't want to let it play out.
I mean,
and
the
then
thing is, it's the lack of communication, right? But he probably didn't care enough to tell Kyrie anyway. Like, I think he's still mad at Kyrie for like last year. But it's just so petty though. I don't know. It's weird. Their whole situation is just weird, man.
I like Durant's legacy is just, it's crazy because you think about it, like Durant, it's weird to say, but I feel like he's kind of underperformed in his career when you look at it. Yeah.
If he had stayed on OKC,
they probably would have won.
I don't know if they would have won. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Even if they never won a ring, I feel like people just not
like him.
I don't know, but Shaq, because the West got. I mean, it got.
I understand that, but do you think in 2017, you think they're beating fucking you think they're beating the Lakers? I mean, not the Lakers. You think they're beating the Cavs? I don't think they beat the Cavs in 2017. I'm not the Lakers, the Cavs. The Cavs. So let's say they do the.
I don't see why not. It's not that it's not possible to beat them. Like the thing is, like the Warrior. To me, I've always said this. I've always said that the Warriors, Thunder, and Cavs were like neck and neck. Like based off what we saw, right? One in the sense that if you throw them together, I feel like if you threw them in a match like 100 times, it's kind of like a toss up of who would win. Because obviously the Warriors beat the Thunder, but they easily could have lost that series in 5. And the Cavs beat the Warriors, but they easily could have lost the series in 5 too. See what I'm saying? So it was a really, I feel like it could have gone either way. Like you gotta see what it's like. For instance, against the Thunder, it took Clay losing consciousness in like 2 games for them to come back and win. And we obviously know what LeBron and Kyrie had to do. They had to be like unworldly, probably like best duo in history in the finals to beat the Warriors. So like, I don't see why people say like they couldn't have beat the Cavs, either team, the Thunder or the Warriors.
Yeah. Nigga said Nets pack. Yeah, whoever is a Brooklyn Nets fan is I don't know. They might be suicidal right now. I'm not gonna lie to you,
bro. They just recovered from the terrible suit. Yeah.
They recovered from the terrible Paul Pierce.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Huh?
Celtics fans really pleased. Like, we'll give you KG, Paul Pierce, and this nigga. And I stand. That team was terrible. Just give us your entire future.
That team was actually just horrible. It was.
They thought they were chilling because they got a better player, but I mean. It's actually funny because I still think that if the Nets if even Harden was healthy, they could have the Nets probably would have won a chip last year. But I mean the cookie crumbles the way the cookie crumbles. So
yeah, exactly.
Keep it a beans. Nah. This gonna sound crazy. Keep it a beans. Fuck this player empowerment shit. Kyrie re-signed. Katie, you have 4 years. I'm not trading your bitch ass. You're not. So you could just not play for 4 years, or you could try to hoop.
Yeah, there's no way Katie's giving up 4 years of his prime. You just like
No. Just don't play for 4 years. Then I'll keep you until the last. Just like you're not gonna hold me. Like they're already bent to his thing because they wanted to keep their team and they wanted James Harden, so they signed up on the James Harden shit. So you're already bending to the whim. Like obviously, Katie deserves that because he's a superstar. But you can't just say after 2-3 years of it not working out, we're just done. Like no. Yeah. Like Ben Simmons obviously wants to try.
Contract through. That's what you're trying to
say.
Yeah.
What's good chosen?
Yeah.
But this sounds like some whole nigga shit.
Facts though. Cavs Warriors would have been a great rivalry if
I'm telling you, I thought the Thunder would have been there, but we don't have to talk about that.
Thunder might have been there a couple times, once or twice. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. It would have been peak, bro, because it's actually been interesting. Was like I'm sure, and also I think they got that was when they got Oladipo because they traded Ibaka before KD left the Thunder. It would have been like because their complaint was, we need a third like star to lead.
And if they
take
had
the pressure off
that,
of Russ and KD,
if they had tried to trade Russ, I know that would never happen. But say KD forces them because he had the power. Say KD forces them to trade Russ, and they get an actual like legitimate superstar that's like, that doesn't play like Russ. I don't know. I feel like they could win a chip in OKC.
You think because there was also that Rockets team that took there was that Rockets team because that Rockets team still gets together because that's Chris Paul, James Harden. That Rockets team still gets together.
That Rockets team gets together because of the Warriors.
Of the KD Thunder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They literally said they built that team because of the Warriors.
They probably don't think that they need Chris Paul to beat
the
normal Warriors. I don't even. That's what I'm telling you, bro. That Thunder team, even with Russ, I think they could have done it. But yeah, I'm sure they could have traded Russ for someone like Chris Paul or something. Or I don't know, whatever point guard. It's unfortunate because that would have been peak. What you saying?
I'm just saying, if I'm the Nets, I'm not signing. Nah, Katie, fuck you. You can request whatever the fuck you want. You can request a sandwich. You can.
I think you said request a sandwich is crazy.
You can request hookers in the media area. I don't give a fuck. You're not I'm not doing this shit.
What about an Arby's Meat Mountain, Shaq?
Shut the fuck up.
That's
great. Are you mad?
We're not gonna do this. I dropped
LeBron for KD. Who would ever do that? What?
I mean, isn't KD? KD's like 4 years or like 5 years younger than LeBron, right? So I guess
I would not do that.
I'm not doing that.
Like with LeBron, you have a chance of winning a chip. With KD and that team, you have no chance. Like LeBron creates miracles.
Niggas worse at
KD does not. Like let's just keep it a buck.
KD, it's actually funny because KD was like supposed to be neck and neck with LeBron, but now you got people throwing Kawhi. Now you got Giannis. Like, all these other players are kind of coming to take the second place, or like I think Giannis is the best player in the world.
Giannis is the best player.
That's what I'm saying. So they're taking the number one spot. It's like KD never had a chance. Like KD was never the best player undisputably in the world.
He's kind of
Yeah, the
like
thing is,
if you guys
so
have seen anything about soccer, he's kind of like Neymar, how he was supposed to be the best player, but Messi and Ronaldo just never got bad. It's kind of the same thing.
my whole thing is like because Katie's best like seasons were like during LeBron's peak. Do you think any player like you think Giannis now would be better than LeBron on the Heat and like early Cavs? I don't think that's. I don't think
No,
that's. I
no.
still think
Yeah, as I say,
Bron is the
it's
best
just
player.
unfair. It's just
They say
it's
Giannis came
unfortunate.
too. Like no offense. Jokic is tough. I still think Braun on the Heat is better than Jokic. I still think
Of
Braun on the
course,
Heat is better than Giannis.
LeBron the Heat's the best player in the world now. But I'm just saying that it's just funny. It's just kind of unfortunate because Katie got drafted. I think what 4 years after LeBron. So Katie's really been in
yeah,
LeBron's like, whereas like Giannis got drafted what 10 years after LeBron, and
Yeah.
obviously LeBron is not supposed to be this good. So in a normal world, LeBron would be beyond washed by now, right? But he's not.
Yeah.
But he's like I'm gonna say he's washed, but you could definitely see the decline. When Katie was in his prime, there was no decline. That was like LeBron's peak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually kind of just funny.
It's just
unfortunate timing.
Yeah. And then also like the Rockets definitely won that Harden trade, and we don't even know what picks they got. Like we don't even know what those picks are gonna turn into, and they still won the Harden trade.
They still
it was
won.
so
Yeah.
bad. Like we don't even.
Oh
know.
yeah, what's good, Django Unas? That's one of the goats.
What's good, yo? But we don't know if we don't even know if what's it called.
we are. So we're gonna go into another.
We'll see.
We're going to go into another. I think we should go into another New York team. Like, cause we talk about the Nets and how they're selling the bag, but like the Knicks dished out the bag, $28 million a year exact to Jalen Brunson for five. I think it was for 4 years. Jalen Brunson got signed a $110 million deal for 4 years. So is Jalen Brunson the key piece in New York, like the Knicks?
He's not, but it's just I mean, he's like a spoiler. He's not, but it's interesting because I would say that I understand that look for instance, Bradley Beal's he's making 50. That's a max contract, right? So 27 is not as crazy as it was like 5 or 10 years ago.
It's closer to 20. It was like it's like 27. It's closer to 20.
I don't. I'm just. It's not. It's just funny because you think that the Knicks were gonna like. I think the Knicks they always kind of do this where they're like, oh, we can get Kyrie. We can, any star that's disgruntled, we can get them, and they end up getting a player like this, which he's not even a bad player. He's just kind of like a good. Was he their starting point guard? Or was he a backup point guard?
He was a starting point guard for Dallas, but he didn't have the ball. It was Luka. So he usually ran it because so they play together, right? But usually he got signed when Luka would have to rest, and he'd use the bench unit because he was in.
So
he was
like the secondary, secondary ball handler on a Dallas team with Luka being like the main nigga, and Luka uses a lot of the touches, but. I mean, he's not bad for the Knicks. It's just more like standard for them.
He's not a first option, bro. He's a second or third option.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think that they think that $30 million is really what he should be making, considering the fact that they don't have a first option. Like it's not like they have a first guy and they had to overpay for Jalen Brunson because they needed that second guy or that third guy. It's not even that. They just paid him because they wanted to. Like I don't even understand the logic there. Like if the Mavs weren't gonna pay him that much, why would you pay him that much? That's my question. Because he's more important to the Mavs than he is to the Knicks. Just on the strength that he's a secondary ball handler for when Luka like gets off the floor. So I don't get it.
No cap. I would have said like he would have been worth like I guess like So instead of him making like it's like 27.5, $28 million a year, I would have said 90 million for 4 years, which still is a decent amount, but that's like 22 million a year instead of fucking 28. So it's like $6 million less a year. So that's what I would have thought like his peak value would have been. Now his bare market value I thought was like 20. Like so if they gave him like 80 million, so like 4 years 80 million, which is like solid. You know what I'm saying for a starting point guard, like $20 million a year, right? But it's like the Knicks. It's almost like the Knicks like had this much money to give out, and they just wanted to give it to somebody. Like it didn't make any sense. Like I feel like if Jalen Brunson gets the deal, like 90 million for 4 years or 80 million for 4 years, I feel like he takes that deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And like
Jalen Brunson
that's not like a sneezable amount of money. It's still good money, but it's not like what he got.
Jalen Brunson's doing what he should. You know what I'm saying? Black man go get paid, but it's just. And now niggas are slandering him because he got the bag. Like if
Yeah,
niggas
he
offer
got
me
the
27
bag. I mean, the
million
thing
a
is,
year,
like, whenever a player gets overpaid, people are gonna talk about it.
yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Whenever people think they get
That
overpaid.
yeah, yeah, that shit got happened last year with Rudy Gobert when he signed 205. Um, yeah, no. So Waddle Way, you're talking about how they traded away Dejounte Murray. They're betting. Everybody's betting on getting Victor Wembanyama next year. That's why they want to stack up the Hawks picks because they want a chance to get the #1 draft pick next year, which is he's supposed to be the best prospect since like Kevin Durant or some shit.
Yeah,
So
that's what they
It's funny
said.
because like I am glad that niggas are seeing like because I mean I
The
remember when
value
niggas
of
will
Tim
always say like
Duncan.
yeah niggas will always talk
Yeah,
about the Spurs. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. Duncan he had Popovich and all these players for. I'm like, bro, they were cool pieces. Like Ginobili's cool, Tony Parker's cool, and Dave Robinson the later half of his career is cool. But like that nigga Tim Duncan there was a reason he never missed the playoffs, and it was him.
yeah,
And since he
exactly.
left, obviously Kawhi leaving was a big wrench in their plans, but like you see the drop off of the team. Like it just it ain't been the same since then.
Yeah,
but
they have not
they were
like they fumbled Kawhi too, which was like that was like a
Absolutely, yeah. They
major
fumbled,
L.
and they
And
not only did
then
they fumble Kawhi, but they said they didn't get anything good from him.
yeah, they
Like
traded
they got
for
DeMar and a
DeMar
piece.
DeRozan because they didn't want to trade him to one of the Western teams because of
It
rivalry
was
for some
dumb.
reason. But then they never made the playoffs regardless. So I don't know what the strategy was there, but I don't know.
But yeah, because a lot of Spurs fans were like, because they basically gave up Dejounte Murray for like 2 picks and a bum, right? I
Two
like the
picks and a
trade. I
bum is
like the
crazy.
trade for both sides because
Oh,
it was
first
like
of all,
some.
Danilo
Look, he's a bum.
Gallinari is
He's
not a bum. He's not a bum.
he's
He's a,
like a bum. Let's be real.
he's
Let's
not
be.
a
He's like
bum. He's a good offensive
Danilo
player. He's not.
Gallinari is a compared to Dejounte Murray. Danilo Gallinari is a bum. We're not doing this. No,
I
he's
mean, he's
solid.
not. That's not how that works, though. That's not how that works. But I feel what you're saying.
No, but
Nigga.
yeah, no. Dejounte Murray is solid. He didn't like. He's a very good player to pair next to Trey Young. He's like a really good fit next to Trey Young, like extremely good fit. I think that was, but they're betting their entire like future on that they get on the draft next year, getting Victor Wembanyama.
I think. I
So
mean, the thing is, I mean, it's not a bad. I actually kind of like the trade for both because how many they get? What 3 or 4 picks?
they got like three and Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, because
He's on.
Murray was gonna probably get a lot. Like, he's gonna demand a lot of money, and like Dante is not like basically the team that the Spurs team they have right now. I think like Murray would have basically prevented them from being. He would have made them too good in the sense that they wouldn't get a good pick, right? And the team they have now is not. That's not even a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth doing that. So I understand what they're
And
doing.
Waterway, don't Dejounte Murray averaged, I think it's 21, not 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and he was like 13 on defense. So he's a really good player, especially next to Trey Young, who's a terrible defender. Like he's a really good player, and he can play off the ball because when DeMar DeRozan was there,
Yeah,
he had to play off the ball with DeMar DeRozan. He played well
Yeah.
with DeMar DeRozan.
he did
That
play
was when
well off the
the
ball.
Spurs
Yeah.
had a resurgence. Yeah, so he's a really good fit. He's just not like the niggas trying. Like, Dejounte Murray's not a bum. He's tough. Like I don't want to hear that.
I mean, he's not a
Uh,
bum. He's is he gonna push the needle? I don't think so. He's not gonna
I don't
help
think
them
so
win a
either.
chip.
So
But
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
a
think so
big
either.
so I don't think a lot of I don't think I think a big issue with the Hawks last year was like if Trey Young doesn't do something, they lose. Like that just it was what
what's
it
good,
was.
Dior?
Getting another ball.
I don't know how to say your name. Dior.
Yeah,
What's good, bro? It's been a minute. How you doing?
yeah.
He says it's been a minute.
I'm just saying at least this time they have another ball handler and like DeJounte Murray also can get his own shot. So if they're trapping Trey Young in half court like they do, because he's the only
He can
nigga on
do
their team that
stuff.
can facilitate
Yeah, they
offense,
have
he just
somebody
give it.
who can play make with 3-on-4 basically. Is what you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
saying.
A couple of
yeah.
things. First
I
off,
mean,
don't forget to like
Fuante.
subscribe to the. Yeah, I was gonna say. First off, since we got some people here, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast channel, the one we're using right now, because that's where we're gonna be streaming and stuff. And then obviously liking the stream because it helps spread it out. And I'm curious on where y'all most of y'all come from. Are you guys coming from like YouTube?
Yo said
You
hot
know,
take.
like you get
Steph
the
was the
notification.
best player in 2016. The whole year greater than one series.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I kind of agree with that. Honestly,
I agree to a certain extent, but the problem is in the finals he I don't know. Like I don't know where he
bad.
was. but he was not there. That was not the same Steph that was there all year, bro.
No excuses, but he did like tear his MCL, so there was like that.
Nah, I don't think he.
That literally happened.
He didn't tear his MCL. What happened was he strained it.
It was like
he didn't tear it. If he tore it, he wouldn't be playing, bro.
Yeah, he
strained
it.
Which is not
I'm
too crazy, honestly.
Bro, real quick, but I'm curious on where you guys come from. You guys come from like on Twitter? Is it Discord? Is it YouTube? Is it
Yo, speak up, okay. Speak up.
Okay. I don't know if I was reading something, but I was saying I'm curious where y'all come from. You guys coming from like Twitter, the Discord? You get the YouTube notifications because we only have 6 subs, so I'm curious on that. Lee, do it.
He said he saw the tweet.
Okay, yeah, so that's good to know. Okay. But I do agree with the whole thing where it's like the year especially because considering that Curry was amazing in the playoffs. Besides the final, obviously the finals is the most important, but
it's
not like the whole.
It's true, but
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, exactly. See, he said you can't play basketball with a torn ligament. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, it wasn't torn.
You said you can't definitely.
Yeah, you can't.
It went faint and my knee busted.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not even like it's not like he pulled a James Harden and was just terrible in the whole playoffs. He just like the finals he was just kind of tweaking.
But let's not.
I think it's because of how
discount the fact that LeBron was tough that season. Like it wasn't like he wasn't doing anything.
LeBron was tough in the playoffs. I wouldn't say.
LeBron was tough. LeBron was also an MVP. He just didn't get over stuff. Like
course, we're not. I'm just saying he wasn't insane.
Nah, LeBron's 2016.
In 2016, he was insane, bro. What are you talking about?
No, regular season, he wasn't. That's not crazier than any of his other years.
I mean, the thing is, every good LeBron year is an MVP. Like, what's it called?
Of course, I mean, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is what
I'm trying to say.
So in 2016, he averaged 27 points, 8.6 rebounds, 8.7 assists.
Like, bro, that's a tough year.
Like,
no, I know. But I'm just saying, like LeBron, like Steph was like unworldly, is what I'm saying.
Steph, I mean, he was good.
What? He was literally like, no, you're hating it. We're not good. The one thing that niggas can't say in the 2016 Steph was insane.
It's like, nah, he was.
He was.
That's
good.
what I'm saying. He was great, but the thing is, in the finals, he didn't show it. So like, it is what it is. Like, I can't say he's the best player if he goes ahead and puts up a stinker in the most important series in the whole thing. Like, I don't know. It is what it is.
Draymond Green won 7 in MVP
like that year. Now, I will say he was the best player in the regular season for sure. But in the playoffs, LeBron turned it up. He kind of stayed the same throughout the playoffs and then dropped off massively in the finals. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But this year, he teed up, though. I'm not going to lie. This year, he definitely teed up.
He teed up. Niggas were on his ass. Niggas call him a front runner. He said, hold on, nigga. Watch this, nigga. Stop playing with him.
What do we think of Tatum?
Let's talk about Tatum.
Tatum. Tatum is very...
Okay, so...
The only thing with Tatum, I think that especially the media, and he did this to himself too, because he's like claiming Kobe. They thought he was gonna be the second coming of Kobe, and like how Kobe was in his 4th year when he was like Shaq was obviously still the best player, right? But Kobe was like, we see this nigga was tough, and he had that moment in the finals when he was tough, and Shaq found out and he was tough. Like he had moments. He compared himself to Kobe. Tatum is not as good as Kobe. Tatum is a good player. He's not as good as Kobe.
We know it's just because I think people were putting Tatum in the same class as like I think it was people were saying it was Booker, Tatum, and Luka, right? And we see, obviously, Booker was kind of mid. Booker was pretty bad this playoffs. Luka lost, but I feel like Luka was still in his bag. You know what I'm saying? It's just, the thing is, like, niggas were saying, it was interesting because people were saying, oh, yeah, Tatum's not as good as Embiid. But I was like, let's relax now because, like, Embiid ain't been out the second round. You know what I'm saying? And Tatum, sure, he kind of put up a stinker in the finals, but they still got to the finals. And
no. He's worse than Embiid. Let's call it a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Embiid didn't get out the second round because of extenuating circumstances. He always gets injured first.
Consistently, though?
No, he got injured this year. And then he was supposed to rely on his second star, which, I don't know, he decided to become Houdini and do a disappearing act. Like, I don't know what to say.
That's what you sign up for with him, though.
But he didn't sign up for it, though. It's Daryl Morey who signed up for that shit.
If Embiid said, I do not want James Harden... If Embiid said, "Do not bring me James Harden," James Harden would not have walked through that door. Let's not. If he said, "If that nigga James," we're not.
You have to understand. you have to understand Embiid's perspective because Ben Simmons was not playing because the Philly fans
Yeah,
made him
he
sad.
wasn't
No,
playing.
I understand it, but I'm saying like
I would take
that's
a
the
bum ass James Harden. He's not good, but at least he's playing, and Ben Simmons isn't. Like,
my thing is like let's
No,
just be
Tatum
honest
had a
with,
very good team though. Embiid's never had a team as good as Tatum's, except for the year they lost to the Raptors. That I'll
the
say.
thing is
Yeah.
Tatum also in this playoff run, right? Tatum completely outplayed KD completely on offense and defense. He
Yeah, but
went blow for blow with Giannis.
KD looked like he didn't even want to play anymore by the third game. He looked
Yeah,
like he
but
wanted
that's
to go
the
home.
that was because of their defense though.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
that's
it
the
was
collective team defense too. Tatum played
yeah,
really
but
well.
Tatum was
Yeah, he
Tatum
was the
like
main defender
It's
on
the
KD.
same thing with
for
Andrew
sure.
Wiggins though. Yeah,
But the
and then
thing
you
is-
had he kind of went blow for
The
blow with
thing is,
Giannis in the second round.
That team was actually really good though. You gotta like, in terms of
No, of
player or
course.
which player would I rather take? I take Embiid any day over Tatum. That's a fact.
No,
Tatum is way too inconsistent. All I need is one
that's
good year where
true.
Embiid doesn't get injured in the playoffs, and I feel like
That's
I
just
have a
not
chance.
happening though, nigga. You know that's just not happening. It's just literally never gonna happen. Because
Oh.
how old is Embiid now? Because Embiid is not getting any. Once he hits
But
like
the thing
28,
is,
it's a
he's
wrap.
just had his best season. Yeah, he's
No,
just had his best
no.
season.
I'm not saying he's gonna get worse. I'm saying his injury concerns are gonna get worse. Like that's
His
just a
injury
fact.
concerns.
He's 28
I mean,
already.
The thing is,
It's not.
the orbital fracture is like it's incidental, so he hasn't really gotten.
Embiid's just that nigga's just fragile though. I
He
gotta
is a
be honest.
fragile.
Oh.
nigga. I can't.
No, for some reason with Embiid, little injuries just it take longer for him to heal. So
Yeah,
it's not
it'll
even
take
like
long-
he
well,
can
it's a-
like
it's a
he can
bigger-
hit his hand and he breaks it. Like it's just he's made of
Yeah.
glass. Like it's not even like
he was I would say Embiid is a bigger. When you're a bigger individual, you have injuries. It takes you longer than say a guard.
But
And that's just-
Embiid, it's like nothing we've ever
Embiid's
seen.
28, so
So once you hit 30, it only become easier to heal. It take longer. You know
that
what I'm
is
saying?
true.
Oh yeah,
I-
and the
like I
whole
said,
Jalen Brown and
I'm
Jason
holding
Tatum.
off for one good season, man. One season where he doesn't.
But
Let's.
Bro,
I'm
The whole thing, because Lady or asked, is Jalen Brown better than Jason Tatum? My whole thing with it is Jalen Brown is more consistent than Jason Tatum because Jalen Brown is more athletic and uses his handles to get to the cup, and Tatum's heavily consistent on like
His
whether he can shoot
mid-range
threes
game.
and two and
Yeah.
long twos and mid range.
his
So,
team is tough.
so for instance, in the playoffs, I think he has the highest because I think he had like 48 or 46, right? Like I don't think Jalen Brown's ever had a game. It was against the Bucks too, and the Bucks are really good defense, right?
It's higher
But-
variance for Tatum. Yeah.
Yeah, it's higher variance. So I think Tatum has higher highs, but on averagely, I think Jason.
Yo say
Jalen
Giannis
Brown is
played
better.
better with a hyperextended knee.
And KD, Giannis was the best player in the world. It's not even.
That's so
I
funny.
mean, Wago Chrome said, "Why did the media hype up NBA players like this happen to Booker last year?" It's just the whole thing. Like players, like it's funny because like I remember when Zion when it was his first year, niggas were sucking him. Like even RDC made a video about how niggas. Oh no, that was. But like yeah, Zion was going crazy, right? Then the very next year, niggas were like, "Oh yeah, fuck Zion, LaMelo."
Well,
right?
I mean, the thing
And-
about Zion is he decided to eat himself out of shape, like out of the league for a year. So
No, I agree. Like Zion.
No, but the thing is that's not.
I don't
no,
blame
I'm
niggas
not
for
lying.
getting on his ass though. Like that's what I'm
Nah.
saying.
So
My,
I guess this is just the NBA media in general because they weren't sucking Zion until he was like. Because you remember the first game, like the first game he played like they played him. The first game they played him against the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
He only had 2 points and a half. They were calling him a bust, and he's out of shape and he's injury prone. Then he comes back and he has 20 in like the second half, right? Because he has 20. He has the game with 22. And then they were talking about in the shirt board, which called he went stupid. And then he had. But to be fair to Zion's credit, he averaged 27 and 7 his rookie year.
No,
Or
he's
something-
really
or
good when
something
he's
like
on
that.
the floor, but he's never on the
He's not
floor.
on the floor.
So
I'm saying because like
it's
even
Ben
even
Simmons, like he's good when he's on the floor, but when's the last time we seen him? Like,
to
I don't
Wago
know.
Chrome's point, even last year, like niggas were saying, bro, yeah, like last year they're like, yeah, it's about time we put Booker in the conversation with Luka and Tatum. And this year they're like, yeah, Booker's not that guy. Tatum is that guy. Then he gets to the finals and he kind of chokes and they're like, he's not that guy either. It's like, damn, nigga, like you know what I'm saying? It's kind of tough because like while you're in the playoffs,
is,
like
I never really thought Tatum was ever that guy.
The thing
bro.
with the thing is so Luka, Jason Tatum, and Booker, like the reason the Suns lost because Booker didn't show up. The reason the Celtics lost because Tatum played atrociously. Luka played
Yeah, Luka's on a different level than them.
out of his mind. And they still lost to the Warriors. That's why it's how like you can only. So Tatum. So it's like I can understand because there's a whole thing like because Luka lost too, right? But Luka arguably he didn't play bad during the Warriors season. They just didn't have a team effort. He had 40 and 21 game and they still lost. Like this is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
You
The
can't be the
highest
reason your team
ceiling
losing.
of under 25 basketball. Under
Let's pull it
25
up.
NBA players. I don't even who's
Which one-
under 25, bro.
Is
Yeah,
Giannis
let's,
is Giannis still 20? Is Giannis
Nah,
25?
Definitely
Giannis
not.
is
Yeah, Giannis is
27
old
now.
as fuck. Tatum's like
Fuck.
25. Wait, let me see.
I
Let
mean,
me, first he said the
there's,
arguments for
there's Ja Morant, there's Zion, there's what's it called? There's the Luca, there's
The best player under
it's
25 right now
probably
is Luka
Luca.
Doncic.
It has to be Luca.
So we got
But he said
here's a
highest
list
ceiling
that
though.
so here's some
Highest
top
ceiling
tier
is
players that we have. Wait, hold
I
on.
still think it's Luka. I still think it's Luka because Luka can score and facilitate like no other.
Like,
Like
say he's
we have
just
Luka,
like
we have
Luka could
Trey,
quite.
Go ahead.
Luka,
No, no.
Trey,
Luka-
Ja.
My bad, Shaq.
Shaq. Let me give you the list first before you.
No, but I know everybody under 25. Luka's the only one under 25 that could get average like 30 and 10, like 30 points, 10 assists. Like Zion might average a little bit more points, but he can't average as many assists. John might average a little bit more points. Like,
Hey, Tom Jerry, yo said after the last stream we started watching he started watching ATLA, Avatar: Last Airbender. That's not like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but it's just funny. And he said it's making him hate Korra more. Like that's good energy. That's good energy. Like yes,
is that
yes, sir. That's definitely some good
pleasing
energy
to
we like
you?
to hear. Well,
It's just an
back to what we were
unmovable
talking
object,
about.
bro.
Under 25 players. Drew, go ahead.
I think it's Luka, and I don't even think it's debatable. And it's just for the
it's-
sheer fact his passing and his scoring. Like, he's a top scorer. There's a lot of top scorers in the league, right? But he's also a top playmaker. Like, and now defense is a liability, but a lot of the players under 25 are not good defenders. Like, Zion's not a good defender.
There's
John's
no
a solid
elite defender.
Yeah.
Tatum's a good defender. There's no
Tatum's a
elite
good
defender under 25.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's Jared. Jared Allen's not elite, but he's cool.
Jared Allen is not like an elite scorer.
Yeah. But yeah, it's actually.
No.
It's
So
kinda,
niggas say they. So I'm a Clippers fan, right? Fine. Markieff Morris and them boys said they bullied this man and called him a bitch ass white boy, and then Luka was still giving him buckets. Now we beat the Mavs, right? And they said all this. Oh, he's sweet. Oh, he crying. But he still gave us 30. Like I remember. I remember. I remember. And Markieff Morris hit a three, what you call it? It was like, and then Luka hit like a game time. There's you could say he gets bullied, and then the nigga will still give you 35 and 10. Like you
Tatum and Trey
obviously you're
under
not bullying him.
25.
Like
Tatum and Trey, that is true. I think Tatum has a really high ceiling if he learns
he has
how
a high
to-
ceiling.
Yeah.
if he learns how
make-
to get the easy buckets,
Yeah, exactly.
he could be better than
He could
Luka.
be better than
Nah,
Luka.
so-
I'm not easily, but he could. I feel like he could.
Yeah, no.
I don't see
So
why not.
I'm trying to tell you, I think from the facility of the game, I don't think so because Luka's best attributes are his scoring and his passing. Scoring and passing is
but
amazing.
you can get better.
Tatum's are
Tatum
scoring
can
and
get
defense.
better at passing though.
I know.
If Tatum, no, listen, Shaq. If Tatum could average like 25 consistently,
Yeah.
and he could guard your best player,
Yeah, I take
like
Tatum over.
comparable to what
I mean,
Luka does.
Because
I
Luka's a
understand
liability
defense is
on
important.
defense, Shaq. That's the problem.
So is
And you
because
can't
but the thing
change
is
that.
Jason Tatum also averaged I think he averaged the most assists or not most assists, most turnovers and like a thing. So would you take
he
a
has to
guy
fix
that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Luka has to get better at defense and get in better
But
shape.
we're
So
saying on the list, Tatum's probably the
thing
only person
about
who could.
defense is it has to do a lot with athleticism, and Luka just doesn't have that much. So no matter how much better how much he tries to be better at defense, there's only so much better he can get. Whereas when it comes to passing and shooting, they're more intangible when it comes to like athleticism and stuff like that. It's more of just mental processing. So
I understand it, but if we're looking at Jokic, right? Jokic, when he first came in and started scoring, he was a liability. He's solid. He's a solid defender. If Luka becomes
he's 7 foot. Like it's different. Luka's not 7
he's
foot tall.
Luka's 6'7". Luka could become a solid defender.
Yeah,
or
but a 6'7" wing is different from a 7-foot center. All Jokic has to be is Jokic is more of he's a center, right? So he's not guarding guards, but Luka's gonna have to guard guards because he's a wing. That's the difference. Because if you're slow-footed as a big man, you can kind of low-key a little get by because you're gonna usually guard big man. You're gonna be in the paint more. But a guard or a wing, you're not allowed to be as slow-footed. That's the difference.
I personally think I think Tatum has the greatest chance for ceiling wise, but I think passing and facilitating and shooting is just that's how you control a game with scoring and facilitating the ball.
Tatum could be just as good of a shooter as Luka is.
Yeah, I know that, and that's what I think. Their scoring is comparable. I just think that Tatum does on the defense, and Luka facilitates and get other people's shots.
I think Kareem is agreeing with me when we say We're just saying that Tatum on the list. Tatum has the potential to compete with Luka. He should be doing that. There's no excuse for him not to.
Exactly.
There's no excuse why Tatum and Luka shouldn't be a good debate, but it's really not right now.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not.
my thing.
Yeah. Trey's under 25, but he's too short, and he'll never be a good defender.
He's too short.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate.
He has no.
Yeah.
Well,
Luka's at least 6'7". 6'7"
They
is a
said
lot.
Darius Garland. I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't really know how.
I need to watch more Cavs.
Yeah, I need to watch more Cavs games. I'm sorry, Cavs, but the only time I watched you guys was when you guys lost in the what's it called?
Yeah, that.
Play-in.
In the play-in. Yeah, I didn't really watch any Cavs games, so I don't really know.
But we're talking about the peak. Like
But
Darius Garland is a solid.
Tough,
Darius Garland could be an all-star in like the East. That's like his potential. Like when we're talking about now, we're talking about Tatum could be the best player in the league in 5 years. Luka could be the best player in the league in 5 years. Like Darius Garland,
I don't see it, bro.
No,
Trae
Young is budget Steph Curry. Like that's what it is. Like
budget Steph Curry, but I feel you.
He's not budget Steph Curry. He's budget Steph Curry.
Budget Steph Curry, you think so?
Yeah.
I just think that like, so I guess we can talk about so Darius. I haven't watched a lot of Cavs games either, so like take it with a grain of salt. But from what I saw and heard from the league and stuff, it seemed like Cavs. I like what they're kind of building with the pieces they have. Like they have Jared Allen, they have good pieces. You know what I'm saying? But
so
yeah,
with Darius Garland, so he was a playmaker, right? And then he got his shot, so now he can shoot and he can play make. But he's still not the best defender. But the Cavs' defense is so good because of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. It doesn't really matter.
And Evan Mobley.
So
right?
so Mobley, it doesn't really like. He's low key. He's like Trae Young. I wouldn't say he's a liability on defense, and he's not as good as a scorer, but he's not a liability on defense. But it's like the Cavs make up for his weaknesses. I think it's a really good fit over there. The Cavs make up for his weaknesses. So
Darius Garland was an all-star in his third year.
I mean, we're definitely saying he's good, but is he in the upper echelon yet? Like, nah, we got.
We're talking about
and that's the thing. So you're saying he's the next Steve Nash. I can see that, but Steve Nash when he won the MVPs was not the best player in the league. It just was he might have had the best season, but he was not the best player in the league when Steve Nash.
Niggas even argue he didn't have that, but like never mind that.
No. I'm not arguing. He brought that Suns team from the. He brought that Suns team from the bottom. But Kareem, you're a Suns fan. He was not the best player in the league at that time. He was a.
Yo, why you gotta out me like that? Damn.
No, I'm just saying like Steve Nash was a top 5 player, but he was not the best player in the league.
The running gun Suns, yes sir.
Running gun Suns. That's a ball.
Cavs would have won in the plan, but the lack of experience. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That is true.
Yeah, because I think I was watching it like with my roommate. They were up. It was like okay, they should have won that.
And
they started tweaking.
Yeah.
Wasn't that who they play again?
I was actually cheering for them to win too.
No, they lost too. So they played the Nets, and I think they played the Hawks, right?
The Hawks, yeah, the Hawks was the one I watched.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, Trae Young outdueled Darius Garland. Trae Young outdueled Darius Garland, and that's the thing is, on that Hawks team, like Trae Young was one nigga you have to guard. He's like the actual nigga you have to guard. Like,
Yeah, the thing is, Trae Young wasn't pooping, and it was still a decent game. Then Trae Young started doing a little, and it was like, damn.
Yo said I enjoyed Drew Holiday this playoffs. Why you enjoy seeing that many bricks, bro?
Holiday.
To be fair,
but he
the Celtics series
usually the third
no.
option.
To be fair, I know. I'm just being facetious. Because to be fair, like he did have to guard like the best players, and then on top of that, he had to take over the scoring load because Middleton was gone. It's
not his job.
It's not his fault.
Honestly, the Bucks next season, the Bucks might be there, bro. It might be the Warriors
the
Bucks.
finals next season, honestly. If they're
the
all
Bucks
healthy.
almost beat the team that won the East, which we'll call it with just Giannis.
They took him 7. They took him
just
7.
Giannis and Drew Holiday, yeah.
Keep it a stat. The Celtics, they got lucky because didn't they take a 3 away from the Heat, bro?
I saw that.
Yeah, they did.
Because Max Strus, his heel was above the line. I don't know if that's out or not. Maybe that is out.
The thing about those types of plays, yeah, they took a 3 away from the Heat, but you could say any team gets lucky at some point, whether it's bad officiating or whatever. Especially this season, since they didn't do those replays and you only had 1 challenge. I think they should up it to 2 per half, but because 1 is kind of.
What I think they should do is I think you have 1 challenge, but if you get it right, you keep it.
Yeah,
Because to me, it's like. I'm using my challenge because you fucked up as the ref. So why am I getting punished because I called your bullshit?
Well, the reason why they did that is because they're saying that since the newer generation likes fast-paced things, they didn't want to stop too much. Otherwise, because it messes up the flow of the game. which I agree.
I understand
with.
that.
I agree with that.
Like I think if you have one challenge and like let's say you use it once, right? You get it right, you keep it. Use like as long as I keep getting my challenge right, I should keep it. That's just how I feel. Like because you guys are fucking up. Just don't fuck up next time. That's just how
I agree with that though. It's kind of a little bit thing. All right, we'll see.
It makes you have to like hold it.
Yeah,
Step off, Lidior.
Lidior.
All right, bro. I'm gonna catch you.
Nah, the Heat have such an amazing culture. No offense, Jimmy Butler is tough, but if they had an actual like superstar there, I don't think Jimmy Butler's a superstar. I think
the thing about Jimmy
I
Butler
think
is
Butler plays at a superstar level
the fact
sometimes.
he embodies the Heat so well that they overperform. Like I don't know if another superstar goes there and
he becomes a god in the playoffs. Like
well, the thing is, Butler does this thing that I think some like not a lot of players do, right? Where I think Donovan Mitchell does this too, right? Where they're not superstars in the regular season, they're not. But for series or even for playoff runs, they play at a superstar level, right? Where Butler, 2020 finals, for instance, like Butler has series where he's like, you can't convince me he's not at the same level as a superstar player. But he's not like I'm saying he's not a superstar. So it's just interesting. Yeah. So that's kind of why I look at him.
You'll say y'all noticed how the last 4 finals ended in 6 games. I didn't even realize that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are you one of these conspiracy niggas? Are you one of these?
Oh, the last 4. 2019 was 6. 2020 was 6. 2021 was 6.
Why you don't fuck with?
I don't know. Like it's not conspiracy. It's not conspiracy. It's just like
you know who else is a conspiracy nigga? Shaq, Rudy Gobert. That's why you shouldn't fuck with that nigga, bro.
I don't fuck with
that. Rudy Gobert's not like he's not like tough. Like isn't that the best defender like in the last 15 years? That's what people say. Niggas be like he's the best defensive player.
I say that I'm the best player in the league. Like I mean, like let's just I can't speak on it.
I mean, is that not
the whole thing? The only thing I gotta say about the only thing because I'm a Clippers fan, so we'll do this again. Your defensive player of the year can't be played off the floor, like because he's so bad at covering 3-point defense. Like that can't be such a hole in your game. Like I think, to be honest, I think Ben Simmons should have one of his defensive player of the years, but that's just my point. Like
I think Paul George should have another, but look, we don't have to talk about that.
George.
That's 2019. That
shit. Talk about
PG,
the nigga who had that 3-shot arm, called it a bad shot, and cried. Nah, not that nigga. Bro.
I mean, that was the playoffs. Like you still gotta.
Paul.
No, because
that nigga Paul George gets cooked by school teachers every day. That nigga Joe Ingles cooks him every time. What are we talking about?
Bro, the thing is, this nigga Rudy Gobert, doesn't Rudy Gobert have like 3 defensive player of the years? Like, it's not like clearly they don't care about the playoffs. So what are we doing right now? Clearly, I don't know. PG doesn't get played off the floor. That's different. Like, PG might get cooked by star players sometimes, but I mean, they don't have to like niggas were taking Rudy Gobert off the floor. Like, I don't know.
They'll say he's the greatest rim protector we've seen in like years, but then he'll just get dunked on by niggas. I'm like, bro, niggas are not scared of him, bro. Like I don't know.
He's gonna be scared. That's actually crazy.
Hakeem Olajuwon's a better just rim protector. Dikembe Mutombo's a better rim protector.
I mean,
like
Wallace
too. Yeah. And if we're gonna talk about it, because there was a whole debate last year when
Tim Duncan,
when Kevin Garnett. Well, there was a whole debate last year when he got paid his money and then Shaq got mad. And then he was talking about Shaq was like he was talking about Garden like no you won't. Shaq the year Dikembe Mutombo won his defense player of the years, Shaq gave that nigga 31. He gave Hakeem 29. Like he's dominating your stupid ass. Like I don't want to hear none of that. Shit. Like
Gobert.
No, remember last year Rudy Gobert was talking about how like
I remember you was saying
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like and then Shaq was all like
Shaq might hate Rudy Gobert more than Kareem does. Shaq be mad. Like, it's like the Dwight Howard shit. Like when Dwight Howard was happy he got a ring. Yeah, Shaq was like, nigga, shut your bitch. I was like, bro, let that nigga rest. That nigga Shaq wake up, he's like,
Allen Iverson overrated. Only had one good.
Whoa, yes, sir.
No,
is he spinning? Like,
no.
Listen.
He is overrated. But Gumball Watterson, you gotta understand that playoff run. That was the best playoff run ever. The Lakers they swept everybody.
Whoa, let's calm down. One of the greatest individual playoff runs.
One of them. No, it was not the greatest.
No, I'm not talking about Allen Iverson. Let me finish what I was gonna say. I'm talking about the Lakers.
Yeah,
the Lakers.
They were the best ever.
They were undefeated the entire year. He swept everybody and beat everybody convincingly. And then the one game they lose is to Allen Iverson. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, that was
going 15-1 is crazy for a playoffs. That means you only lose one game. That was going to be. They were undefeated.
If you went by record, the 2017 Warriors.
I think the Warriors with KD. So
they took it over.
Which was.
No, I mean, like the thing is
crazy. Go ahead.
We went over like. I think AI
And like
is
also
overrated by some people.
because Nick Wright also went over who they played. They played the Spurs. They played good teams, and they swept all these good teams. Like I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like Allen
No.
Iverson deserves that shit because he played his heart out. There was one play where Shaq really laid him out and he finished that shit. I don't know how he finished that shot. That like he threw up some type of floater and Shaq damn near clotheslined the nigga and he still made that bitch. I'm like, all right, like
The thing is, I don't think AI is overrated by a lot of people. Some people overrate him, but like just because it's because AI is AI, so you don't really say much. I mean, the thing is like, I feel like I also kind of feel like it was just that one playoff run, but it was a great playoff run. So it kind of like it was a great first of all that was a great year in general. It just kind of just shows you how like you could be a great player, but like that one little thing, one like run can one year can be like, damn, this thing is really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That the same year he won he went MVP finals run, took a game off of a dynasty, right? You take away that year, niggas were like, oh, how good is he? You know what I'm saying? But like that one year was really tough, really tough. So
people also, I don't know why people think skill is just dribbling the ball crazy good. Yeah. I don't really what
I think he's saying that there's more being skilled than
just
having
dribbling
great
and
ball.
shooting.
So there's a
Yeah,
question.
that's true. I agree with that.
So do you guys think hustle is a skill?
Huh? Hustle.
Uh,
Hustle's definitely a skill.
I think
I'd
a
put
skill
it-
is something that
see,
you could.
A skill is just something that you do that other people don't.
I thought a skill is something you have to hone over. I feel like you have to hone it.
You have to hone your hustle. Like PJ Tucker's still in the league
I
for a
wouldn't.
reason.
But my thing is, you don't have to hone your hustle. I don't think.
It's like, no, I'm playing hustle. I wouldn't say hustle. Maybe like that's.
I say
right?
this is what I'll say. As a person who plays defense, I feel like defensive skill is underrated. Niggas don't talk
Defensive
about
skill is definitely underrated.
Very having good eyes, good quick hands. That is not something that a lot
the
of niggas
ability
have.
to get around picks quickly and get back
Yeah,
on the man. Extremely
exactly like
important
Kareem.
skills.
You know what that's like, right?
A big part of the defensive skill is also like talking up. So if somebody's setting the screen, you have to call the screen out like as soon as you see it and call it on the right side. Like a lot of niggas just be calling screen but don't call the right side. So you got screen right
on the side.
Waddle away said people. I was saying Waddle away said people were saying Kyrie was more skilled than LeBron.
Yeah, that's not.
He
true.
is.
That's not true.
Kyrie is
scoring.
More
He's a more skilled
See,
scorer.
That's the problem. He's a more skilled scorer than LeBron, but that's it. As a player, as a complete player,
passing.
Passing complete player. LeBron is 6'9", 250.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Shaq. Because
for instance, him being able to drive down the lane and dunk on a nigga like Kyrie can't do that because of physical limitations.
What about passing and defense? That's also skill.
Skill is how you use your physical gifts. That's literally what it is. That's how basketball works.
So arguably, it's how you use your physical gifts.
Basketball skill is how you use your physical gifts.
No. So how you use your physical gifts. So obviously, if you're one of the most physically gifted individuals in NBA history, being LeBron James, 6'9", 250, with a 40-inch vertical. I'm not saying LeBron is skilled. That's not what I'm saying.
Shaq, you can still have physical gifts and be skilled. You know that, right?
No. I'm saying because No, I'm not saying LeBron is skilled. I'm saying there's stuff Kyrie can do that LeBron cannot do.
Okay, but there's a lot of stuff LeBron can do that Kyrie can't.
No, Kyrie can do everything LeBron does.
No. It has to do with skill. It's not. No. It has to do with skill. Kyrie can't hit those same what's it called? Those same fadeaways the same way that Lebron can. That's a fact.
He's not as good. Fadeaway on Klay Thompson in the finals. What are we doing?
No. Percentage-wise, James is better at those fadeaways. But also passing is a skill that anybody can learn. LeBron James is miles ahead of Kyrie Irving there.
I was going to say, passing and because hold on, let me
and defense. His ability to see plays before they happen is a skill, and it has nothing to do with his physical ability. But because people don't talk about that, like there's a lot more skills that go into basketball than just can he shoot the ball and dribble?
I understand.
Hold on. Y'all niggas to talk. Let me talk for a second. Golly. But what I was saying is like, because you could say, you can't say his passing and defense is all about his attributes because Chris Paul is no taller or like, I'm saying he has a similar attributes as Kyrie Irving in terms of like height and stuff. But he's a much better passer and defender. So like LeBron's passing and defense is just he's more skilled in those aspects.
Yeah,
just like playing his day. So like Now, when
of
it comes
course,
to
his physical
scoring the
ability
basketball,
helps him.
Kyrie's up there. But yeah, that's my whole thing. Like as a scorer, Kyrie's. I think you could easily say Kyrie's. I think you could say Kyrie's probably one of the most skilled scorers of all time. He might be like top 5. Like you could even put him above Bron if you want to talk about skilled scoring. We just talking about skilled in general. Now I do agree with that.
Speaking about scoring, is Katie a better scorer than what you call it, Michael Jordan? Like, but that was a big debate too, whether Katie's the best scorer of all
Uh,
time.
I don't
No,
think
he's
so
not.
because
No,
it's hard. It's hard to like
no.
argue over like
Just look at the
Jordan's scoring
stats.
accomplishments is crazy.
Look at the stats. Look at the pace of play. He's just not.
Yeah.
Like
I'm saying he was. I'm
The
just saying
nigga won
some
like 10 scoring titles. Like it's just not.
some niggas were saying that. I'm not personally. I don't really care.
What
The
makes
best scorer
Katie
of all
crazy is that he could do everything he could do, but he's 7 feet. That's what makes him crazy. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think the thing is like the whole like this is going to the next comment, but like if Katie was 6'6", he wouldn't nearly be as insane. You know what I'm saying? If Katie was 6'6", he wouldn't be.
6'6",
He'd be probably worse than Harden.
If he was
saying?
6'6", he would be like basically like a Harden. Or if he was
Be a worse Harden because he can't pass.
If he was 6'8", he'd be Tatum. No
He'd
cap.
be a worse PG. You know what I'm saying? He can't play defense.
No. Katie can play defense. Katie's not a bad
Because
defender.
he's 6'11".
But PG was an elite defense though. That's my thing.
Yeah. Katie's
Unless
a lot of
he's
what
playing-
Katie gives on defense now is rim protection. But if you're 6'8", you
Yeah.
can't do that anymore. So I don't know.
Not as much, yeah. Django Uno, which is one of the goats, shout out him, said that James Harden Giannis skill debate is aging like cum, that's a crazy comparison.
What?
But it is funny because that's what I don't know.
Where is that?
I think he's just saying that it's
Oh.
What debater
Oh,
niggas talk about
yeah.
that?
It is.
that-
It is aging bad.
no because
That's a
like
crazy way to
it's
say
funny
it.
because it is crazy. Giannis was saying, oh yeah, no, Harden was like, oh yeah, if I was this tall, I would just run and jump and stuff. But the thing is, I think he was right at a certain point, but Giannis got more skilled, and then won a ring, and then Harden's been kind of like getting less skilled. It's actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah,
so,
there was a point where
it's,
the meme that was about Giannis was they call one play on offense, and that's HB dive. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's the Madden play where you just run straight.
it was. I feel like it was kind of true at a point in time, but Giannis got
Yeah.
more skilled, so
No.
it has
So
aged, like
I'm just saying. So I think it's another skill, like the will to get better. Because like Giannis, because I just seen a podcast with Pat Connaughton, right? And this is when Pat Connaughton was fighting to stay in the league, right? And this is
Fighting to
like
stay
the
in
year
the
before. No, he said this. He said that I'm like, because the Portland Trailblazers didn't pick him up, right? And he's in the gym, basically trying to stay on the things. And he came back later. This is the first year that Giannis won his MVP. And what you call it, Giannis is in the gym just as long as he is. And Giannis is about to win MVP. Like, that itself is a skill. Knowing that you get out the mud every day, regardless if you're an MVP, that is a skill. Because we know what Harden does in the offseason. He be at the strip clubs. He be at fashion shows with Lil Baby. He be fucking porn stars and shit. Like, what do we like?
Be fucking some bad joints. Like the thing is, don't get me wrong. If I was an NBA player, I might be James Harden. I'm not like that's no hate shit. Like I fuck with the great vibes,
You
great
would
vibes.
be
But
James
like
Harden. That's crazy. Because you're not that
like
good.
I'm talking about like my lifestyle. Like James Harden he has a great lifestyle. He's like, you just like what? We just damn, that's crazy. That's crazy hate. I don't know. I'm saying in the sense that of like James Harden's lifestyle was peak lifestyle, right? Like as a 22-year-old, like that's what we would like to live as. But it's just like you could tell that Harden's not in the like he's not. The thing is, Harden is crazy. Harden's also skilled. Like Harden's super skilled too. Don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that
I mean,
feel
you
like
can tell the
he
difference
doesn't.
between players who love basketball and players who don't.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't think Harden doesn't love basketball like KD. Like KD, that nigga just basketball. That's it. Or fucking what's another player? Giannis or Steph or even like LeBron. That LeBron is just
or Kobe or MJ. Like
Kobe,
all of them just love
he's
basketball, bro. So
Harden probably loved basketball a little. Then he loved what basketball do for him, which I'm not hating. You know what I'm saying? Fuck some hoes. You know what I'm saying? That's great. That's great vibes. But you gotta call a spade a spade.
that's a crazy statement.
What you mean?
You know, said fuck some hoes. That's great vibes. What the hell?
Is that not great? I mean, that's great. I don't. That is great vibes. I can't even lie.
To be honest, credit. He has moves, so he got a little 12 or he got a little 15 foot.
He got a little fader. He got a little fader.
He got a little fader, a little 15-foot jumper. he got somewhat of post moves. Like he's made himself a better passer
Yeah,
too.
and he hit a couple threes when they really needed it too in that series, even though they lost it. There were some threes he hit that they really needed it, and he hit them. So
Barry Allen, which is Shaq's goat, that character. He said 8 points in the second half, just standing around doing nothing. Harden. Yeah, Harden was bad.
Yeah, I was
The thing is, it's funny because Harden.
disappointed in him, bro. Go ahead.
I don't know why. It's James Harden. I don't. My thing is with James Harden. It's funny because I honestly do think that these thigh what they I think they were these hamstring injuries really did take a toll out of like James Harden's athleticism, right? Because this is what I noticed there, right? Because if you look at the 2020 playoffs when he got clamped up by Lou Dort and you compare him in like 2018 and 19, it's clear as day that Harden was not as quick as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like since 2020. No, since the 2020 finals, like Harden, you could see the Harden's kind of declining in athleticism, and it's like he's not making up for it with other things, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I think that's like, kind of the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. Like Kobe, when he started waning athleticism, he got that fadeaway. He went to Hakeem Olajuwon to get the post game, the post work. LeBron, he decided to go into the post more. He kind of emulated kind of what Kobe did, which is what MJ started. He went into the post and started getting his post game better. But you see what James Harden does. He tries to do the same thing. I'm gonna try and step back. I'm gonna try and run past you because you're scared of the step back, or I'm gonna try and get past you and lob the ball. He only has 3 types of things, or I'm gonna try and float it. You know exactly.
And Harden was already
gonna do. Yeah, Harden's biggest like attribute, like from like his dribbling perspective, right, was his first step. He had the quickest first step in the game. I'm not saying he's the fastest. He would just go and then he'd be like a step away from you, and you'd have to recover, and that's when the step back comes in. But because his hamstring, he pulled his hamstring. He does because that's where you get the step from, because it's from your explosion. When you're on the ball, your hamstrings are contracted. So when you go left or right, that's where the first step comes. But because his hamstrings have been like bullshit for the past 2 years, so he still has the same handles, right? He still can probably run the same speed, but it's like he doesn't have the burst to get separation that he used to. So he was so based on his first step, because that also because he shot worse from 3. It's because he has less room because he can't take the step backs, or he can't get in those rooms. James Harden, when he shot well from 3, never shot contested threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shot them, and some of them he didn't make them, but he wasn't never. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't his game. So
yeah, it's looking bad.
Exactly. Wally Joe's exactly. You're right. Like, he literally has 2 moves: shoot the 3, shoot a step back 3, or drive to the basket. And when one of them doesn't work, you're pretty much screwed. Like, that's why he scored 0 points in the second half, because he couldn't drive, and they just stepped up on him, and he couldn't get past his defenders.
And also, like, Harden at this point in time, he's failed to beat the allegation so many times. You just have to say Harden's like a playoff choker. Like, it's actually crazy. Like 2020, I'm not like after Warrior years. Like, forget all those years. I don't care about that.
He's a blunt like R. Kelly.
Whoa. Shaq, you gotta relax.
That's your man, Shaq.
Show on the goat.
He said he the GOAT.
That nigga got 30 years. Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. We can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that.
I mean, that's all we had to say about that. Like, what else do you have to say?
He
definitely deserved that shit.
I mean, free R. Kelly. You know
what? Shut up.
Nah, you're right.
We don't condone what this nigga's saying right now.
We don't condone that shit. Like,
free R. Kelly, nigga.
Nah, wait, no, not Lil Boozy. Is that his name?
Stop quoting Boondocks episodes, nigga. Damn.
Boozy went on live saying free R. Kelly. He actually did that.
Who, Boosie?
Boosie, yeah, he did.
Boosie, it was like, just be doing shit, bro.
Oh, wow. Are you gonna call him now? That's crazy.
Oh my god.
I can't answer that. That's so wild.
Me and Kareem. Oh, you also want to talk about the who said it would be back?
I think Drew did. What do you want? What do you want to talk about, Shaq?
I want to talk about like whether it's worth it to be a gangster rapper now, because like you're either ending up in jail or getting shot.
Yeah, so we're kind of switching.
Yeah, we saw the Draymond
gears a little bit. Oh, the Draymond. Yeah, the Draymond Kendrick Perkins beef was hilarious, by the way. Draymond called him a coon. He called Perkins a coon. And Perkins got on the I think he got on TikTok or some shit, and he was like, "Yeah, don't ever say that motherfucking shit again." He was cussing the shit out of his
He was in his bag.
He was in his
Man.
bag.
Perkins' whole shit is Perkins' whole shit. He said, "You can talk about me not knowing basketball, but don't speak on my character about being a coon." Right?
Yeah, he was saying,
Don't call me a coon, nigga.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he was saying, which I
And then,
agree with. Draymond Green was out of pocket for calling the nigga a coon.
Yeah,
like,
not. Oh no, you know. Actually, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, right? Because Draymond Green has been doing this lately. Ever since he signed, you know, Draymond signed with Clutch, which is like the little thing that LeBron's a part of, right? Since then, Draymond been doing weird shit that kind of undermines
he
Steph.
went
Like,
from enforcer to coon.
wait, what?
From enforcer to coon. He's talking about my.
Oh yeah, Kendrick Perkins. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Because like Draymond went on he had a podcast where he was like, yeah, we needed Kevin Durant those last 2 years because Steph wasn't ready to close games and shit yet. We need the guy to give the ball to. And it was like, not only is it crazy because like you're on Stephen Curry's team, like, he's winning Finals MVP, right? You're not on KD's team, so it's like that's weird. Also, it's like it's weird because everyone knows when Draymond Green basically was like, when KD was on the team, he was like, we don't need you, we won without you, leave. So it's just like to me, it's just a weird thing where.
Didn't he also argue that Steph Curry was getting double teamed 7 times as much times as KD was? Like, nigga, shut up! Like, what? Are you, like,
it's like
Kendrick
Draymond
Perkins a
does
lot of
this
dumb
weird shit.
But and so does Draymond Green though.
Perkins made a good point. Have you seen Draymond throw hands? Like because I see Perkins actually. Perkins in his younger days did used to fight niggas. Like I don't know if Draymond.
Well, he was the enforcer. That was his job.
That was his job. Like Draymond,
but like
the enforcer, but in quotation marks.
But he don't fight.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Draymond kicks niggas in the dick, so I would be careful if I was you. Like, fight a nigga like.
All you gotta do is wear a cup and you're good, bro. Just get a cup from a baseball team, you're good. Just fight that nigga.
My whole thing with like the whole Draymond. Because Draymond's his enforcer, he's like the dog that only barks and doesn't bite. And then when you move a gate in front of this nigga, the dog stop. You know the dog that stops barking. Like
we don't have dogs. But we're just like assuming you're correct. Like
no, because Draymond would be considered an enforcer, right? But like he don't enforce. Like
Chris,
so what is he doing?
What is he useless? Like
no, Draymond has a use, but like he doesn't play that role. Like he's a fake enforcer. He doesn't like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's like a hold me back, bro type of nigga. Is what you guys are saying.
Yeah,
he's starting.
If a nigga closed like Curry, like niggas would be chilling.
The thing is, he's starting beef with Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if Jaylen Brown is about that or not, but like, nigga, you don't want to fight this nigga. Like we know this. Like Jaylen Brown, or not Jaylen Brown. Chris Paul and Rondo put hands on each other too. Like, and that was 2 years ago, right? When they put hands on each other, like
Rondo did smack that nigga Chris Paul. Chris
Paul was running.
Chris Paul don't have hands. I don't know. Chris Paul do not have hands.
LeBron grabbed that nigga and he couldn't do shit. I can't speak on it.
I think Chris Paul Chris Paul poked Rondo. Thought Rondo was sweet. Rondo said, "I box. Stop playing with me."
Nah, you know who the best boxer in the NBA of all time is though? Ron Artest. Shout out to that nigga Ron Artest. Yes, sir.
Ron Artest, yeah, that nigga, yeah. Artest hit that nigga hard. Hard has not played defense since, bro. That's crazy.
Stephen A is such a bad analysis. He does give bias to American players. That is true. But I mean, Stephen A is I see him more as like a comedic NBA like take person.
Stephen A is low-key kind of
because he's more trying to be funny and entertaining than he is trying to give good analysis, to be honest. And if you kind of take it like that, then you'll just understand that, and you'll have more enjoyment watching some of his clips. Because sometimes he just says some dumb shit. But that's all of ESPN right now. Especially Perkins, he says some dumb shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh no,
if you want
Mad Dog Russo, I stamped that nigga's racist. I don't know. That nigga was including niggas from the 50s in his top 10. Like I don't know.
Are you talking about that white guy?
Yes. That
is that nigga that said no? Is he the nigga that said Kyrie wasn't better than Bob Cousy?
That's hell, man. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He was good. No, if you want actual basketball critique and criticism, look, JJ
Redick.
JJ Redick and CJ McCollum, they do a good job. They're players. They don't want. They give actors. They actually like you nigga talk about Bob Cousy and niggas that wasn't allowed to play with other niggas. Like that nigga was trash, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Like niggas was talking about Bob Cousy.
How you about to say he's the greatest of all time? He can't play black players. What are we doing?
I don't know, bro. We're talking about 10, almost 15 years before MLK was shot. Like,
That-
we're being serious right now. Like, what are we doing? Like, I respect old NBA, but like, we talking about a decade before the NBA, like before MLK was shot. Like, that nigga's if that nigga MLK is eating good, like, I don't know. That's not a good.
That's
thing.
wild. What?
My whole thing is,
Nigga said MLK, I hope he's eating good, bro. What are you talking about?
my whole thing is Bob Cousy is good for the time.
Bro.
Don't compare this nigga to Kyrie. Don't compare this nigga to Kyrie Irving. Don't compare this nigga to any. Like, come on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, G?
I said Bob Cousy was good for the time. But don't
I'm
compare.
talking about the bro. What the nigga Gumball said. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, G.
What did he say?
Just read it. It's in the stream chat, bro.
I'm not gonna read it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, I'm not saying that.
Anyway, that's a crazy
hey,
statement.
that's all I gotta say.
Actually, no. Actually, no. We have to say don't we have to read every comment? That's what we owe our fans.
you
like,
trying to read that? Okay, you go ahead. Nigga.
Cream. You've been reading it.
I'm not reading that shit, nigga. You can read that, bro. We're not doing that.
Pause. He said LeBron's. No, that's crazy. No. That's crazy. Because you don't think you check call Cream. You know what they're gonna do? They do this all the time. They're gonna take the sound bite and play. I'm not wrong. They're gonna take my sound bite and play it. Yeah, they always clip it. I'll tell you, they clip it. They clip it and they clip the visuals and the audio, bro. Luckily, we don't have a face cam, but like, no, I can't.
I don't know, man.
And the context will be lost. I'm not doing it.
I don't know what you're gonna. All I'm saying is I don't know what this nigga's gonna do when he sees Kyle Lowry. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Whoa, let's relax.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
I can't.
What do you could like? Hey yo, whoa, what's going on here, bro?
All right, let's move on though.
If you played, I was about to say this. If you played a decade before the the I Have a Dream speech, like a decade before, like I don't care about any basketball, like any basketball like that. That's not.
I'll be honest. I don't even care about the niggas who played during the I Have a Dream speech.
Nah. Will and Bill Russell.
Will and Bill Russell. Yeah,
so them the only niggas that I care about.
That is true.
Only because Will fucked 20,000 bitches. Like, you have to respect
too. You gotta give that nigga respect too.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah,
Bill Russell started in the '59. Like he started the end of the '90s, like at the end of the '50s.
Who?
At the '90s.
Bill
Russell.
Yeah.
Will.
Oh, Will. Oh.
I'm sure Bill Russell played around the same time too. Damn, nigga's old as fuck. Yeah. 20,000 bitches, like, is that might be possible? That's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was hyperbole, but you know, it was probably a lot, just to say that.
So mathematically, right? If you were to fuck a new bitch a day, right? 365. You'd have to be fucking a new bitch a day for 54 years, bro. 54 and 54.
The thing is, he might have been involved in like threesomes, like orgies and shit.
That's still an absurd amount of bitches. Like I don't. That's still an absurd amount of bitches, bro. Like,
yeah, well, let's break this down. So 20,000. This is 200.
No. So you're doing the math.
No, I did it. I just did the math. It's 54.7. What you call it? Years is how many, like, so 54 years. So basically 55 years if you fuck a new bitch every night.
What if he fucks 10 bitches every
night? Nah, every night is insane. Nah, your shit finna fall
off. What if he fucks like
fucking I don't know, bro. Like no, because then there's variance. Because then does he fuck 3 bitches every day?
No, he doesn't really do that. What if he fucked like 10 bitches every day? Like 10 bitches every day.
That's crazy, like, bro.
15. What?
So that's who fucks 10 bitches every day?
That's not possible. You don't have enough time.
What if it's like
a day?
What if it's like an orgy or some shit though? Like he just put his shit in every 10 of them, like all 10 of them. Like that's the.
You don't know if so
he just put his shit. No, he count that as a body.
So that nigga's just running around, just putting his shit in. Like I don't know.
I mean, didn't Magic Johnson do the same thing? Like, what's the difference?
So you're saying he averages 10 joints a day?
That's elite stat. Like, yeah, I mean, I think.
Okay, that means he would have that means what's called it because that means in 1 year he'd fuck 3,600. In 1 year he'd fuck 3,650 bitches. That means in like
we know this
years.
is unrealistic. So let's just move on because this is wild.
That's what I'm saying.
Going Killer was said, you remember when the when the server had a Steph Curry addiction. Yeah, niggas were like, I would say niggas were definitely like on his head, slicing him. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like thinking about it.
What do you feel like, Drew? Like, you feel like what?
What I was saying is, nah. What I was saying is, yeah, they was like niggas were like on. They were slicing Steph and Giannis, but I feel like it was rightfully so though, because Steph was in his bag this year, and Giannis like is him. So
Yeah.
I do remember that. That was an interesting time.
Yeah.
I remember when I don't actually did I have the Discord? I don't think I had the Discord when the 2020 finals happened. The 2020 playoffs was. I know. Actually, did I? I don't remember if I did. I think I might have low key. The 2020 playoffs. Just remembering that was probably peak. That's like the peak NBA playoffs we've had in like last like 5 years. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, that was a really good playoffs. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. You know, we've been talking about the NBA for like a good hour now. So we got you guys with your content.
We got
your NBA content. What was promised on the thumb. So we're gonna move on to a little bit different topics. Like so Shaq wanted to talk about like, you know, Hot Boy. He's another rapper basically. That's all you need to know. He was taken in for Rico charges.
Whoa, he's on
He's the one on Go Talk.
He's on Go Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Go Talk.
yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I know.
That's the only thing we know.
The whole
Actually, no, he has one more good song. It's
no.
it's a song with him in it. Hold on. Yeah, continue though. Continue.
Hey yo, you were stroking.
So what I'm saying, like,
Steph.
is this the death? Is this the death of gangster rap? Because either a lot of the people they're going to jail, right, or they're dying, like, and a lot of the like the most famous, like for instance, Young Boy's been in and out of jail. It's called Hot Boy got locked up. Spot him got him. He tried to do some GTA shit. He tried to do some GTA shit. He tried to run away from the cops on a jet ski in Miami. He's trying
on a jet ski.
On a jet ski. No, because
that's funny.
So what happened was he was at the beach. The cops came to arrest him. He was on a jet ski, so he tried to jet ski to Cuba, and they had a boat off on his.
He tried to jet ski to Cuba.
Cuba?
Yeah.
Or would that be?
That is
no. So for instance, you could take a cruise from the port of Miami to Cuba. You can do
that shit for the run of the gas halfway through, bro. You're not. You're not gonna get from a jet ski from Miami to Cuba, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Also, like, do you even have the GPS?
He doesn't even know the way, bro. This nigga.
Yeah, he's gonna get lost.
I don't know. He's going to open water. I don't know. Anyway, so they got his ass. TJ got shot. He's in good spirits, but he was still on kind of that gangster. He got Young Boy be in and out of
jail. I hear him, bro. I don't know, bro.
Like let's.
I need to see a clip of TJ. Until we hear little TJ, until we hear that shit in his voice, we can't confirm he's okay or not.
Yeah,
like,
we'll see.
Pop Smoke and King Von are gone. Like YSL, Gunna, all them niggas like the
locked up.
So I guess you could say the niggas that really talk the gun
also
shit.
recently got locked up too.
You said who?
42 Doug.
Oh yeah, 42 Doug got locked up. Pooh Shiesty got locked up for shooting a nigga in the ass. So it's like a lot of the authentic,
that
nigga that mad.
A lot of the authentic gangster rappers are either dying or getting shot or getting in. Like, because obviously there are niggas that cap and say they do it, right? But them niggas are like, but I think a nigga that actually does I think Dirk is too high to where I think
who's really left, right?
Yeah, Dirk is like the only nigga that's left.
G Herbo
and Dirk, G Herbo, and Lil Baby are like, and you have the game, but the game is irrelevant. Like I don't know. Like Nipsey died. YG doesn't really put out music anymore like that.
Nipsey wasn't doing
Nipsey wasn't doing gangster shit.
Yeah, he stopped. That's different.
He stopped. But he was still gangster shit
either.
No, he still had his tough songs. Like last time that I checked. The last time I checked, he was talking about he was on his crip shit in that song. We're not gonna talk about it.
But I thought you were saying like rappers that are in the gang shit still.
They are. Well, I mean, Nipsey was still in the gang shit.
Yes.
He was still affiliated. No, he wasn't saying the negative shit of it, but he was still affiliated.
He was still kind of he was still claiming, I think. But regardless,
yeah, he was still claiming.
Regardless, the whole thing is I do see like what you're saying when it comes to like all these rappers like meeting unfortunate like fates when they're like really young. And I just think that's an epidemic of like what the rap community breeds, honestly, because the way that they portray how you're supposed to make it to those communities is sometimes that's the only way that they can make it. So we're going to keep getting people that end up like that, I think. I just think that it's a cyclical nature that doesn't really stop because people see what happened to them. Because this has been
Yeah,
happening
huge.
for years
Like
now. Like it's
it's so like we're talking about the violence of the community and shit like that, but I'm like, they still make really good music. Like for instance, like because I just got in a little bit of Brooklyn drill, like G Thang, like Ron Suno,
oh
like
yeah,
all them
didn't
niggas.
K Flock get arrested too?
Yeah, K was arrested. D Thang got shot. Like there's a lot of niggas. Like there's a lot of niggas out here getting
Oh,
popped. Bro. Like Chef, like
I mean, it's
Chef
just
G's locked.
Chef
Chef
G is
G, you
locked
know,
up. I forgot about that.
Jeff G is locked up, but I mean, Sleepy Hollow's better, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, am I wrong? Did I lie?
I mean,
I listen to both of them a lot, so
you're
I would
not
be the one to
wrong.
know.
You
Like,
didn't lie. Still crazy though.
sound the same. Like, no, I'm playing.
They do
Shout out
sound
Chef
very
G. I don't even.
similar.
What did he even do?
Who's Chef G?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Shot some niggas,
You know,
man?
they always do something, bro. Maybe some
Like,
drug trafficking. I
my
don't
whole
know.
thing is like
I mean, it just makes sense to do it like the Polo G way, where it's like clearly Polo G was like Polo G. Obviously, raps about having ops and shit. Like we know Polo G was in the shit, but I feel like he's not in the shit anymore. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
not.
It's like,
Nah.
exactly. So you like walk away. Like you, I'm not gonna say leverage it, but you rap about your life, right? But your life should change. So like
that's
sorry,
exactly
why,
what
like,
it is. I agree. Yeah, there we go.
The thing is like because obviously no one wants to. You don't want to be the guy that's rapping about shit you don't do. But like, the only thing wrong with that is that niggas will say you're fake. But it's like, I mean, okay. Like, if you want to rap about the shit you're actually like rap about the shit you're actually doing. Like rap about fucking bitches. You're a rapper. We know you fuck bitches. Just rap about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he was.
I
He
understand, but
was
like you
arrested
gotta
for
understand, like
gun
the
possession.
drill rap is hard. Like I just started because this is another thing. We're from the DMV. There was no the rapper No Savage got locked up for shooting at a mall or some shit like that.
It's just like
The thing is,
it's like these. Yeah.
the thing
What?
is,
Nah, the comments is
he
crazy.
What are
says he
you
does that shit in his
talking
rap.
about?
So I guess his ops thought he was joking. Yeah. All right,
Jumping in
so
the
we're
shower
at
is
Answer
Tom
your
and Jerry.
crazy
question,
to
Tom
do
Jerry.
it.
I've never tried that. I'm gonna be honest.
I've never jumped in the shower because like it's wet. You don't want to fall. That's like the main reason.
I don't know because I've
First
never
reason.
tried
Like,
that. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie
I
to you.
wouldn't know.
I don't
I-
jump in the shower.
Yeah,
Shaq, you jump in the shower?
that's a what.
No, I don't jump in the shower.
I'm
nigga.
I'm just making sure, bro. You're the only one who
We're
can
just
answer.
asking.
Yeah.
We're just asking. Like, carry on. Sorry for interrupting, but carry on.
Yeah.
Like, if you
But,
did
like,
jump,
so,
like
like,
Tom Jerry wants to know.
No,
if,
I
like,
don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'll just say, like, I don't know.
So what were you saying, Shaq? Go ahead. Damn, that
Shaq
nigga.
lost focus.
All right. So,
He
Shaq's
lost his
out here
train
thinking.
of thought.
Shaq's like, wait, Shaq's out here thinking, do my cheeks jump? Like, is that what he's thinking? That's crazy.
Yo said Ben Simmons tried that and he hurt his back. Like, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
I don't know.
You saying he
Didn't
met
John
Dwight
Wall fall
Howard
in,
in,
like,
the,
a tub?
in the locker room? That's why his back is broke?
Dwight Howard, yeah, that Dwight Howard Tran era was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was like 2018 because it was our freshman year of college. He was like Dwight Howard. He like some trans person was like, yeah, I fuck with Dwight Howard. He was like doing this. I was like, damn, like it was a crazy. It's funny because like NBA Twitter is doesn't top it anymore. Obviously, like it kind of just went on the rug. But for that like month span, niggas were like
Bro,
Dwight
they were
Howard.
on
That
his
was,
head
that was funny.
top,
They were
bro.
like Dwight Howard's this. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
you said, niggas was saying boss. Niggas was saying Dwight Howard takes showers when he's in street clothes.
When
Yeah,
he's in street
like-
clothes?
So he didn't play. So he still taking showers.
Or they had the clips of Dwight Howard doing really sus shit, like when he touched the nigga's kneecap or some shit. I was like, what's good with you, bro?
Yeah, I remember that. That was wild. Niggas are like, it makes sense. It makes so much sense now. And they put that shit out.
Niggas were connect. If niggas can connect dots with you, like that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Niggas can pull it to past. Like I don't know, Shaq. Like one of these days, man, you gotta be careful. Niggas gonna pull up your receipts. It's gonna look really
gonna
crazy.
look-
All they gonna do is
it's gonna look shiesty, bro. It's not even gonna look.
It's gonna get shiesty. You gonna do one person gonna stand up and say, yeah, Shaq did this with me. They go like, wait, hold on, bing. Oh, Shaq might be like, they gonna get in you. I don't know, Shaq. Careful, man. It gets pretty shiesty. Like I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't know if you can beat those allegations, Shaq. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah, I'll be there so he could beat them. Like I'll let him know. That.
You gonna help him beat him? They gonna be like, why you fight for that nigga so much?
I'm his
TikTok
lawyer. I'm
is
his
so-
lawyer. I'm his lawyer.
So
That's
I'm not.
what?
Gonna, TikTok is so disturbing. I'm about to drop this in our chat, bro. TikTok is so disturbing.
TikTok
Like,
is
what's-
very
what's
disturbing.
it-
It has, yeah.
Oh,
But anyways,
y'all watch how about that? There was a little video on Twitter, right?
yeah.
It was a nigga, and basically he had his girl, right? His baby mom. Basically, he had
Oh
one child
yeah,
with
that
her,
video.
and he brought food, like McDonald's food, for her. But the woman, his baby mom, had 3 other kids with 3 other fathers, so she was mad at him because he didn't want to. He didn't
What
buy
the
food for all of the
fuck?
kids, even though
Shaq, what are
even
you?
though he didn't.
That's what was
No,
on
those
TikTok.
aren't his. Where's what are we talking about?
Nah, Drew, just keep going, bro. It's not. You can't
Okay.
even say this shit on stream.
Even though those 3 other kids were not, he did not father any of them. Like basically, she had 4 kids. One of them was with the guy, and the other 3 were with different baby fathers. So do y'all think that this nigga? Do y'all think that he should have had to pay for all the kids? Like, what's your thought process on that?
So he brought meals for his kid, right? And then basically, she wanted him to pay for all her other kids, even though they weren't his.
Oh my God! Unsend that. Unsend that.
That's
Shaq.
what I told.
Please
that's what I
unsend
said,
that.
bro. It's not even worth. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
this.
Shaq
no,
just
that-
said something
oh my
vile in the
God.
group chat, but we can't even talk
Oh,
about it on stream.
that's actually disturbing.
It
That's
was on
very
TikTok.
disturbing.
It was on TikTok. It was,
It's over. It's up.
But anyway, so all I'm saying is it's not the dad's responsibility to pay for your other kids if you have other kids with a woman, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, other kids with other men. Like it's not like I can't speak on that. It just is what it is.
the craziest shit is she recorded it and thought people were gonna be on her side. That was the crazy. Like, yeah, women back. All the black women back me up. Like, what are we talking, bro? You are like, first of all, you have 4 children by 4 niggas. That is an issue.
that's a.
I'm not gonna
I don't care what anyone says. That's a red flag. That is
Yeah.
terrible.
wait.
That is literally terrible.
But what if she's at 12? Like, what if she's at 12?
No, it's
Like,
still
I don't.
no,
It's
it's
not.
still a red flag.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not covering a girl with 1 kid. I'm not. If you have, if you meet a girl who has, like, it's bad. Like if she has, like, let's say she has 4 kids, right? But it's all by one guy. You're okay. Maybe it was like you guys something. You know what I'm saying? Something happened, right? And she became single. Like maybe like for instance, like you know what I'm saying? Something could happen, right? Like she had a whole family and shit popped off. But you have 4 different kids with 4 different niggas. No, that's an issue. I would. That's literally a red flag.
Yeah. Drew, just off the topic of this question, somebody asked you something. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I was trying to see. CA, he said, CA, you said that you had a mini group when you do videos. They getting bread? What do you mean? I don't actually know what that. Are you talking about like? I don't even know like. Yeah, Wally Joe's. Could you like
Elaborate on what you're trying to say.
elaborate on that? Like,
I
do
think,
you
I think
mean
he's
like
talking
these
about from
niggas?
last stream, you know, that group of people that you were talking about in the Discord. I don't know.
Oh, are you saying like when I start making content, like would I be paying niggas like Jesus, like Frosty? Well, I already pay Frosty, but like Jesus and Heavy, definitely would, definitely will. I should say. Shows it really. Yeah, no, like yeah. If that's what you're saying, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah,
So
but
we
he
can hold
said
them to
they're
that.
not right now though. They're not getting bread right now.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know. Only Frosty is.
Because I'm not because I'm not getting bread. That's the reason.
Drew's just he's hiding all his money, bro. Don't listen to him.
Stop, nigga. I'm not even at 1,000 subs.
I
In fact,
know.
subscribe to the CA domain. Like that's what you should do.
Subscribe.
She said
subscribe
Chosen
to the
really was a mafia
Trikage,
at.
bro. But anyway,
Yeah, so-
Chosen was really the mafia of Discord at one point. Oh damn, it's crazy. They'll say he was
He's
the mafia.
day one. I mean that's.
my whole thing is like, she recorded. She thought she was gonna get a thing, and then not only because I think at the end of the video he tries to hand her the food because he's like he wants to give it to their son personally. So
Oh
he can
no,
meet the kid,
she
right?
asked. She's like, fine, give it to me, and she throws it on
And
the
she
floor.
throws
And
it
she
on
throws
the
on the floor,
ground,
so-
bro. Like,
Oh,
bro.
and not
I'm
only
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
That shit-
lie. Like it's your kid. Like it's
She
my
might
kids.
have to
like,
catch hands. I'm not gonna hold you.
yeah, I'm
My
about to say
whole
this
thing
shit
is-
can get very breezy, and I'm talking like Chris Breezy.
My
like,
whole
people
thing
right
is,
in my
if she
way.
was intelligent enough, like if you want to be like this, right? Like you know what she could have easily done because it was like a drink, a sandwich, and some fries. She could have said, "Yeah, I'll give it to your son." She could have went in there, took a knife, cut that bitch into 4, and
Wow, too.
no, I'm just saying.
She
And then
could have
he
done
never
that.
would have
That's
known
what
that.
I thought
And
she
so
was gonna do.
everybody has a quarter of a burger. Everybody has a fourth of a drink. Like
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. If I was the father and I
it
heard
would have been
about that,
some food. But the fact you threw this shit on the ground, so now
no one can eat. That's
no,
just,
I'm
that's
saying
retarded.
I'm not. I'm just saying logically, if she really want to do some
Yeah,
shit, take because you threw the food on the ground. So now this kid, that's also your kid, and his kid does not get to eat, and your other 3 kids only eat. So what's the purpose?
She
of
just
it?
wants a
care about
handout.
her
It was-
kids, bro. She just wants.
Yeah, and also-
she wants him to take care of her kids because he's the only responsible I don't even know if he's
Him.
extremely responsible. People say she said that people thought he was a good dad, so I'll say he's responsible, right? Because he's coming to give his kid food. So he's the only responsible nigga that she had kids with. Like that's literally her fault. Like I can't.
Terrible. And also people pointed this out, but like obviously child support and stuff. Like the amount of food stamps is a lot of money. The amount of money she probably gets in child support, like she should not have any problem with feeding the 4 kids. But it's just like, especially with niggas, we had a whole argument about how if they have your first and last name, like child support niggas, they will get you. Like that's just how it's gonna work. Unless she was really.
So this
unless
is
she was really on some fiendish shit.
Oh no, go ahead. No.
Okay. Unless she was on some really fiendish shit and didn't know their first and last name, which if you don't know,
because I was like, "There's a scam."
Nigga.
All right. I didn't know it's good. No, because I'm stopping and you're stopping.
No, you were like, okay, I'll let you go, and then I start. And you like, nigga, what's good with you? What's good with you, nigga?
I can't see your face. I don't know, bro. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna talk. Okay, I better. But I was saying, if you don't know the first and last name of 3 of the 4 niggas that gave you kids, that's an issue. That's just that's insane. But assuming you do, right? The amount of money in like food stamps and child support she should be able to cover like them niggas getting McDonald's. So the fact that she can't do it, or it's just like
the craziest part is she was like, "Yeah, I don't get my food stamps until the 7th. So your kids aren't eating until the 7th? Like, what is happening here? Like, I was like, yo got 4 kids. It's just like I don't know, man.
I think they're scandal because there's some people that do this, right? Because food stamps, what's called
you can only use it for food.
Use McDonald's on the food. You have to use like actual like grocery items and stuff like that.
Groceries.
Yeah,
use but then buy fucking food
for like grocery items. But no. So listen. Because I'm not saying she probably was scamming. Because what you can do, because the food stamps, there's no tax on it, and it's like you can buy more food with less of the food stamps. So you can like they say like 50 cents on the dollar for food stamps. So like $1 worth of regular money.
I know.
Yeah. So they sell their food stamps to people that actually want to buy food. They get actual money and they spend the money. A lot of the bitches, the child support money for like clothes and shit and like stuff they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so
the
basically
thing.
you're saying she's being selfish is what you're saying.
No, she's being selfish. She said because in the video she says my kids can't eat. So if you can eat, can you eat? Because you didn't say we can't eat. You said my kids can't eat. Like so obviously you're eating.
She obviously has no job, so it's like what do you like do something like come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Them niggas not eat.
And she actually held the phone and recorded that whole thing. She was the one recording like she was in the right. That's the craziest part to me. Like you gotta like certain like levels.
And the thing is like, oh yeah, my fault. I was gonna say, the thing is before her first kid, she might have been tough because I guess niggas must have fallen. Like she might. I think by 4 kids, like she probably not tough.
I saw a photo of what she's not tough, bro.
Really? Where did you see the photo?
Niggas just do anything, bro. I can't.
Oh, that's crazy. So she's just. I mean, are we like comparing women by their appearances? Like I didn't know we did that.
Huh?
Are we comparing like? Are we like? Actually, I want to see what she looks like. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. What's her name? What was the shit? It was
Like, it was the one that Shaq sent somewhere. Like she looked like she could have been tough like maybe 10 years ago, but not anywhere time.
Might have been when she had her. Actually, no. If you have a 10-year-old kid, like that's crazy.
I don't know.
You have a 10-year-old.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is
there's the fact majority of people are on our side of this, but there are some bitches that are like, oh, but it's not nice. Like it's not nice.
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah, my father would have paid for everyone. That's like, it's cool, but he didn't have to. He's not obligated to do that at all. Nothing's holding him back from not doing that.
He even had a legitimate like response. She said, I don't want the other kids to feel left out and see that. And he said, oh, let my
kid come and eat with me, which
come outside and he'll eat in the car and we'll talk. Which is like, 'cause he wants to talk. Yeah, like so why the fuck can he not? That's a legitimate thing. Just say, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. He even came up with a solution for her problem, which was it was the best solution pretty much, and she decided to just go crazy on him. I don't know. It's just the whole thing is just fellas, just stay away from women like that. That's all. That's the whole thing.
And women, if you are in a situation, bro, I'm trying to tell you, this doesn't even have to happen. I guarantee you, if he didn't, because she tried to get a gotcha moment. If he said like, oh, I really need money right now. If she came respectfully, like, I need you, like, to do this, like, instead of acting like a bitch, I feel like he might have looked at.
That is true. That is actually true. Like, oh, I'm sorry, but I spent like it would be like really nice of you if you actually could buy everybody some McDonald's just this once, maybe he would have actually done it. But to expect him to do it every time is insane. Like, like for other people's kids. And he made a good point in that video. He said, yeah, why don't you call the other fathers? Like, where are they? Like, I'm here. Where are the other niggas? Like, like I can't. Like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Drew, did you see a joint Badger in her story said like I need a man that's gonna love my kids like they're his kids or some shit like that. Did you see that shit? Whatever.
That's never gonna happen. I don't know why women think that's ever gonna happen.
No, Drew, because you saw it was a bad joint on her story. She said, "I like we're all the men that love another woman's kids like they're their
Oh
own
yeah,
kids."
yeah.
They
Like,
don't
I'm about to
exist.
rant.
They don't exist.
I'm about to go on my rant. You call this like Drew rant. I really the shit that really be frying me the most is the joints that have like 1 or 2 kids, right? And they're like oh, they'll be like, I want someone to love me for me. I'm trying to build I'm trying to build meaningful relationships. Don't come for hookups. 3 kids, 2 kids. It's like, bro, a nigga already hit and left. You want me to stay here and build a relationship with you, and you got a whole other nigga, like a kid? Like that should be like that shit's actually like super. She doesn't make any sense. It's like joints that want. Fuck it, I'll say it. The joints that are less valuable in the market, which are joints with kids, want the most. It just doesn't make any sense. And power to any nigga that's gonna be like, not the dad, not the stepdad, but the dad who stepped up. Like, shout out them niggas. But it's like niggas aren't gonna want to do that, especially like. For instance, I know
unless it's Zion, like.
Yeah, I was gonna say
unless
my
brother
brother's
kid is like a freaking prodigy. Like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say my brother, someone who works with my brother, like my older brother, he was dating like this person has a kid, right? I think he's some CEO nigga, so he's obviously kind of old, and he was like dating this girl with who had a child, and basically like the kid would be like, so obviously since he's like dating the person with a child, basically
What's good, Shift?
the kid would
keep going. I'm saying what's good.
yeah.
Oh,
we changed it to the Trikage, bro. If you want to see the 301 Reacts videos, they're on the Trikage, bro. Cause that channel was kind of messed up. So that's what happened. Just search up the Trikage, not the podcast, but just the Trikage. We got a bunch of reaction videos on there. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you liked the 301 Reacts content, you'll like that one. Cause it's just us there, but instead we're in person, so it's even better. But keep going, Drew.
But like, so basically, like, this is the whole story, and sorry if I'm like it's a lot of the whole bit spiel or whatever. Basically, the kids of the person the guy was dating would be like, oh, let me get some money, and obviously he would give the kid some money, right? But I think the kid was like 16 or 17, so he was like, oh, why don't you go get a job, right? And the mom was like, oh, don't tell my son to get a job, blah blah, right? And the kid would keep asking for money, and the next time he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you anything because like, if I'm gonna give you money, that's cool, but you're old enough to get a job. You can get your own responsibility. I had a job when I was your age, type shit. And I feel like, obviously, I've never dated a girl with a kid ever, but from what I've heard from niggas that have dated joints with kids, it's like the moms want them to play dad, but they don't want them to have the dad authority, right? So, for instance, they want the person to buy them food and some shit, like buy the kids food. You know what I'm saying? Buy toys, spend time with the kids, right? But for instance, if the kid was like right on the wall or some shit. The dad, the stepdad, he can't come home and be like, "Hey, yo, clean this shit up. What the fuck is wrong with you?" He can't hit the little nigga, right? But it's like you want him to play dad without being able to be dad. It's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb. That is another thing that's like, bro.
A lot of moms do that, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that. That's actually
the only time. I'm not gonna lie. The only time a man should look for, let's say, a single mom is if you also are a single dad. Because I think blended families work. Like if you're like if I'm a single dad, you're a single mom, then we can make that shit work. But otherwise, do not look for these single moms. I know they're bad. You can't be folded.
They be bad sometimes, but like, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. If you're blending a family, so if I have kids and you have kids, I think it could work. But otherwise, do not do that shit, bro.
He said, "Get around the campfire." Drew tell the story. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we should have like where we get really like. We call I'm a token that called Drew rants. I like that.
Once we get our face cams all good and they're not stuttering like that, we'll definitely start telling like some stories and shit because it's better when you can see our faces.
Because we have some stories. Especially I want to hear more stories from Kareem because like I feel like Kareem's stories are very like I feel like the people want to know. The people want to know what
people want to know.
Like, his lifestyle. People want to know because they've heard about me like that. I'm a nobody. They want to hear about you, Chris.
all right, let's calm down.
But nah, like that was because I was
I
talking
feel like
that.
Shaq has the most interesting stories though.
So
For
niggas
sure.
don't want to hear about me.
No,
Crazy.
Shaq,
So I'm
Shaq
chopping
has the
it
most
over.
interesting stories. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, Shaq has some stories too.
Shaq
our
definitely
stories
has
are
some
really
stories.
good.
Drew, we need to hear about your stories. We still don't know why you left. Like, we need to hear about that story. That's a good story.
I left where?
That's your house.
301?
No, your house.
Huh?
Oh yeah, the whole
Oh,
301. I forgot about that.
Hell, man, I'm a man of I'm a multi-layered person.
That was some fucked
why I
shit,
moved out
bro.
I guess we can tell that story. So like, I moved out like January 2022, right? And basically, it's honestly my boy. Okay, I shouldn't read that. I'm
Single
pretty sure
dads marrying can only work in
retrospect.
retrospect.
In retrospect.
Oh, but see,
Yeah.
the
What do
thing
you mean
is,
by
because
that?
like shout out to the fresh and fit niggas. Because usually women will marry single dad. Like women are not like the only time women marry single dads is when the single dad has money. So if you're like a rich businessman and you have a child or some shit like that, that's usually the only time women marry single dads. Usually that shit doesn't
And
happen.
the thing is, a lot of single moms don't be. Obviously, you hear more about single moms and single dads, obviously, but a lot of single moms be like, they'll be like less financially like stable. Obviously,
That is
just
true.
kind of how it is.
I mean, which is
it's just usually how it is. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Because
single
already,
dads like
go ahead. My fault. I'm just cutting.
single dads. I feel like from what you hear, like a lot, like I say a decent amount of time they'll be in. Like they'll be a single dad, but they still because they're not spending so much time with their kid, but they have a great job or whatever. Whereas a single mom, they're usually a stay-at-home mom, so they're not really working, or they don't have a car, or maybe they live with their parents or something like that. So I think that's just the whole thing. Boy, you better say, Kareem.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's it called? Yo said Loki want to hear the story why 301 reacts didn't work. It's a long story, bruh.
We could tell it. I mean,
It's a long story.
I do. Okay, so I do. Okay, so I don't know if y'all want to hear the story about why I moved out because I feel like it actually is kind of related to the 301 story, at least my part of it. So that is so
For real?
thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I told you. It definitely is.
301 reacts.
That's what I want to know.
That was when that was like during COVID, right?
That was everyone here, and it was Sunny. If you know, I don't know if you know who that guy is. And it was I think it was
Okay,
Song for a little bit. But
let's start from the beginning. Let's let people know what the like in case they don't know what it is. Like let's
yeah,
let people
okay.
know.
So let's
like the
all right. So
301
everyone
reacts-
gather around.
Yeah, we're about to tell a story. But 301
I'm about
reacts.
to give the.
Go.
Oh.
All right.
Shaq, what do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I want to get the general vibe. I want to like set the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like
Gather around. All right. Bet.
I was like, so with 301 reacts, we're a group of a couple of friends. They hoop, they talk anime, they talk basketball. They have good conversation. We thought during COVID or the pandemic, maybe we should start like a little something of a. We tried a podcast. The shit kind of got boring, so I was like, oh, let's just start a reaction channel. Nothing crazy. We saw the reaction channels going stupid, going crazy. So we started reacting to stuff. That's basically what it was, right?
Yeah.
Because we had the podcast first, and the podcast got boring, so we just started reacting to short videos.
Yeah, we started reacting because we saw that the podcast was not getting up as quick as as quick as we wanted.
Yeah.
So we started doing that podcast. I mean, we started doing the Reacts channel, and while we were doing the Reacts channel, so I was editing for that channel, so I'll pick up a little bit from here, and if wherever you guys want to jump in, you jump in. But
I bet.
I was editing for that channel and we were reacting to music. And the thing about YouTube and music is that the copyright is ridiculous. They try and block like every single video. So I'd have to re-upload and re-edit like a couple videos every time to make sure that they would upload on time. There was also this Cardi B reaction that we did that was really good and it was popping off. It got 200 views in like an hour, right? And then YouTube just blocked it. Like the companies who made that song, they decided to block the video, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get it up because they just kept blocking it. So you have to deal with that. And also, go ahead, Shaq. What were you saying?
This is also where it was like one of our first quotes. It was a broke nigga versus a broke nigga mindset. You feel me? Like because she had her notorious line in the song that broke niggas don't deserve pussy, and then it's like I know that's right. It was a bullet point. Like,
I know that's
because
right.
you made that You made it. No, Kareem made that shit a clip, and that clip was going stupid as well. Because I had a goofy. I was really getting into the character of like woke brother Bernard. He might show up another day, but not today. You feel me? Like I was really in my bag. So that shit. I honestly I feel like if that shit would have went up, because I didn't even know it was 200. I knew it was getting views. I didn't know it was 200 views in one night because everybody was eating. Because I was eating in that reaction. Kareem was eating in that reaction. Drew was eating because Drew was talking about, wait, is she thick? Drew was really just being, I don't know.
Yo, and Shaq also
Drew.
brought the lotion, started squirting the lotion when they were
that was funny.
That was funny as hell. Like it was just a great reaction. But that got taken down. And then we released that was like straight after we released the K-pop reaction. And bro, we were getting they know so much heat for that, bro. Like, go ahead, Drew. Like you trying to say something?
The K-pop shit, like y'all, like the Discord talked about it over like the months and stuff. Like it was just like niggas were going insane over it. It was like damn, and like obviously we like so the 301. I guess we can kind of.
If we want to talk about so I got the story about the K-pop reaction. So
yeah, I got more to say. So if you go ahead.
Because so the whole idea going into the K-pop reaction, right? Because the Cardi B shit kind of flopped because we couldn't post it. The whole shit was we're gonna be as inflammatory as possible, but not be like disrespectful. Like we weren't seriously taking control of it. Like we didn't honestly feel the things we were talking about the video. We just wanted to be as inflammatory as possible, right?
Because we knew we would.
I wasn't sure of it at first. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sure of it at first, right? But then I was like, well, fuck this shit. I'm ready to go stupid, right? And then Drew wasn't feeling it, but then Drew was all like, Drew had to match my energy, so he also went stupid, right? Kareem, he just don't like gay niggas, so he's like, and it was homosexual shit.
Nah, that's not even true. All right, whatever.
All right, but like, to be honest, so in the reaction, I think they thought we actually cared about the music. We a lot of the time, like because a majority of the comments, like, you guys aren't even listening to the music. You're just talking about what they do and what their appearance. Like, that was the whole point. We don't care about this music, right? So we dropped the reaction, right? And it's just us basically clowning them, right? Like, if you could think we could clown BTS, whatever, right? Like, we're nobodies. Why? But the fact that their fan base, I think they try to get us canceled, try to get our YouTube channel shut down. They like clipped it and put it on TikTok and said find them
racist, said find their IPs.
Racist, like, shit. Now, and then we posted a Polo G video. That's actual music we like, right? I think it was GNF, right?
Oh yeah, no, don't forget, niggas were in the comments saying that we can't swim, shit like that.
Yeah.
They were saying hella racist shit, bro.
They were saying, oh, why are Tyrones being able to speak and all this other shit?
That
and
shit was hilarious, though. I'm not gonna lie. So
being racist and then also appropriating black culture, talking about period. Like, you guys are just like whatever, period. Like, black women started that. We're not gonna speak on that, but whatever. All that other shit, right? So basically, they swarmed that video. They tried to get it mass reported to take it down. They had like a shit ton of views. I think it had like
40K.
It didn't peak at like
40K.
That's like
40K views. 40K views. It was like, was it like 10,000 or K dislikes or some shit like that?
I'm trying to tell you, that shit was like a movie how it worked. Because what happened was we dropped it and we got like a couple K views and it was doing all right. And then there was a comment that said, "You'll regret this." And then one of them said, "They're coming." And then all of a sudden we just got a whole bunch of views and a whole bunch of comments of people of the BTS fans who all came to hate on the video. And we got like, I think we got over a K dislikes. But we got like 100 subs from that as well, because there were people who actually liked it. But yeah,
that was the whole point. Yeah. So personally, this is when we had one of our discussions, because I remember I was coming home from work because I used to work at FedEx, and people in the group were like,
"You forgot the part where you said your
like the niggas switch. You guys are talking about switch. All right, chill me. I was lifting heavy shit at FedEx. I was doing that, whatever. So one of the main niggas was talking about,
Shaq, you're kind of like going out. If you're, I don't know, you should stay closer to a micro.
So after we dropped the reaction, right? This is when we kind of had a big discussion about what we should do next, because we had so much like momentum from this one video. Like, they were coming to the Polo G video we reacted and just saying shit like, "Oh my god, why this is trash, this music is trash." They were going to our other reactions, getting our other reactions views just to try to shut our channel down, which is stupid, because negative engagement on videos is still engagement, which I think they don't understand. Whatever. there was a big discussion whether we should do an apology video or not. And me and I think somebody else were like, we should do an apology video, but we should fake it and then like double down, right? Because I was no bitch, right? But other niggas was like, I don't know. This shit could come back to bite us in a couple years. You know, the logical, smart thing to do. You feel me? Like, I guess I can speak on that because I was in the camp where I was like, because
this was also during the height of cancel culture too, which is not as bad now, but it was bad back then, like because it was 2020. So
as you can see, that nigga was kind of sweet. I don't know personally, like I'm a bitch.
No. Listen. I wasn't the one who said that. I was the one who said, yeah, we should double down. I was one of the niggas who said that.
So
it was
Drew,
Drew and Sonny. Drew and Sonny were.
Drew and Sonny, they
wasn't.
Swish.
Wait, by the way, Sonny.
No, so Soham left because we did a who's the baddest or some shit like that. He's like, I don't feel comfortable doing this content.
Yeah, so that's why Soham left. Soham left because he also said he didn't have much to give in the music reactions because he didn't know that much about like the music we were reacting to, which is fair. So there's that too.
And nigga said I didn't do that either, so I don't
yeah.
know. Was my personality just so amazing? Is that what
I mean, back
like,
then you didn't really listen to music.
So
yeah.
there were definitely it was definitely like split 50-50 whether we should double down or we should do an actual like apology or some shit like that. Like,
in the end, we kind of just did this half apology though, right? That was like, it was like sort of kind of an apology, and we kind of just reacted to another one of their videos, and a lot of them said, oh yeah, you guys are actually really funny, so you guys should just keep it up. So that's how we got out of that ordeal pretty much, because the hate started dying down after that. But the problem was mainly the fact that when you're recording with music videos, YouTube just takes down and blocks so much, and if you're editing them the way I was editing them, it takes a lot of time. So it was literally just draining me to just continue editing them and not being able to post videos. So that's part of the reason why we just stopped that 301 Reacts channel. But there was also a whole bunch of stuff that like interpersonal stuff within the group of people, which just made it like pretty impossible to continue that as well, which I mean, if we could get into if you guys want to, but
yeah, we definitely should. So the first one, so Soham was technically first, but Soham was really before the group even started. So we recorded a little bit more videos, and then Sonny was all like, or Swish, right? Swish said he wanted to make his own content, right? He wanted and we were asking like why. And he's like, I want to do basketball content. And he's like, we had plans to do basketball content as well. Like, cause we had a whole summer.
Are you talking about like the pod right? And shit? Are we going back that far?
No, we're talking about the 301.
We're talking about the 301.
One of the reasons Swish left, or Sonny, right? Our friend Sonny, is because he wanted to do more basketball content. So I asked him like, do you want to be like a Nick Briz, right? Or do you want to be like a Devontae Freak? Like he wants to be like a hooper that does like comedy, but like is a hooper. That's kind of what he wanted to do, but that wasn't really the vision of the group per se. You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to like, because Sonny, our friend Sonny, he loves basketball. He's pretty good, right? I'd say he's pretty good. So he really wants to like be on the new, because there's a whole bunch of new hooper YouTubers, right? But that wasn't really what I wanted to do. And he didn't really explain that. He just said, this isn't really my vibe, and I want to like that. The whole thing with like Swish is he wouldn't give direct answers of like why he didn't want to do something. He always like bullshitted and give answers. And
yeah, so
about Soham gave us a direct answer. He said, I don't think I contribute enough to this, and I'm not going to be helpful, right? And that was fair, right? So we respected Soham, but Sonny didn't really give us a straight answer on that shit, bro.
So that's how that channel died. But we had plans on doing a 301 channel that was IRL, right? Where we did a whole bunch of IRL stuff, and we actually recorded a bunch of videos for that one too. But the thing is, while we were trying to do the IRL stuff during the summer, the first domino fell, which was Drew in the other one, CA analysis. Maybe he can explain it from his point of view, but you know, we were starting to get plan our first video and try and get it done. And then, you know, CA analysis just said, you know, what's up? I don't really want to do this anymore, and skipped out. So, Drew, you could explain that like more. Like, I don't really know.
The most charismatic member, like the glue of the group. Like, so I mean, this is okay. So
glue of the group.
So that's a good crack. So this was around. So it basically starts from like COVID, right? And basically, to make a long story short, for like the beginning parts, I was like like I was doing a lot at my crib, right, in terms of my house, and I was doing it was like a lot of responsibilities. This was this was around like I say like the peak of it, where we would because to give a family breakdown, to give my like a family, I have an older brother, older sister, and then a younger brother, right? My older brother hasn't been at the crib since like 2016, so he went to college 2012 and he lived on campus, so he wasn't like home even those 4 years. So I've really since like 2012, I was really like kind of manning everything in that sense, right? I was doing like a lot, and like I'd say like the last 4 years of from 2016 to 2020, it got to a point where I was just doing like everything, and I was like, yeah, and we were like I would get like in arguments with like my parents and stuff, and it kind of got to an end where I was like, yeah, this shit is it was just teeing up, and my brother was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, COVID happened. So, also like this was at the point when it was COVID, right? So we weren't doing shit. So we would be in the calls because we had like Instagram calls. Those calls were actually we would have those calls from like literally like the whole day. Like it would be like 8 hour calls. I remember we would call. I would be cooking like pretty much pretty much the entire day we were on the phone call and shit. My folks were getting on it. They were like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're always on these calls, blah, blah, all that stuff. And then it's like you have the call, and then you have like do the podcast. So we'd have to be the same place for like at least an hour to 3 hours, like an hour to two, right? And they were like, oh yeah, blah, blah. It was like kind of getting to an end with that, right? So my older brother was like, yeah, let's, he was like, yeah, he said, you should come over to where I am, like in Chicago, right? You should like chill with me because your school's online, so you can kind of like you can take classes over here, and like it'll give you a break from like our folks. Obviously, you'll be able to basically like chill for like you'll like be removed from the responsibility for a little bit. So that was like January 2021 to like June 2021. So that was like there for a good 6 months,
CA
and that
tragic
was
backstory.
you know what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
I'm
I
recording
like
something.
how, yeah, and like yes, I was saying this is like yeah,
I
he
know.
said bro,
Right,
just remember how the
the internet
yeah
doesn't
they
connect
didn't like
now.
that was funny, but it was like okay, I was
No,
like okay
because
cool, that's
she moved
cool.
her router. I was like, I don't know why the fuck she did that.
So
Oh, my fault, my
basically,
fault.
yeah, so I was doing that right, and okay, so I also like I be having these things. I've never actually told anyone this pretty much, so this is like this stays with us, right? But I be having these retrospective moments every now and then. It's like it doesn't happen very often, right? But I'll get into like a deep thought, and I'll be like, let me see how things are, right? So I have this theory on like friends, where it's like you have like because like I had a lot of friends like this in high school, right? Where it was like people I would meet every day, like people like you'll dap up in the hallway, you'll say what's up, so like you know what I'm saying, it's cool shit, right? But once you graduate, you never see them, like you never talk to them, you'll never speak to them again. But while you're in the same place, I call them situational friends, right? Where it's like y'all are cool friends because you're in the same situation, but once the situation ends, it's you guys aren't gonna ever speak to each other again, if that makes sense, right? So I was like, okay, we're having these calls, and this was like I was in Chicago, and we would have these calls, multiple hour calls, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but are these like day one homies? Loud ass call in the background. I was like, are these like day one homies or are these like situational friends? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just like step off for a little bit, see how things ride. And I was like, yeah, combine the whole situational friends thing with the fact that I wasn't really fucking with how I wasn't really a fan of like the direction that the stuff was going in. Like we were doing a lot of content that I wasn't feeling. It was like certain stuff. I was like, I'm not really like super focused. And then I think it was like maybe a month earlier, I had launched like the CA domain channel. And I was like, yeah, I have these two channels. And I feel like it would just make more sense for me to grind on both of them. Because at this point, this was when I had like the analysis was like my main thing. Then the domain, I wanted to build it up. So I was like, trying to build up these two channels. And then it's like, I'm doing this 301 stuff, and it's like the 301 stuff, the growth of the 301 channel wasn't really crazy because this was a couple weeks or so after we did like the K-pop shit. So I was like, okay, I was like, combine that. I was like, let me just step off for a little bit. Honestly, I was like, let me just step off from the group. I was like, yeah, I don't know how, like, I don't know if these are like situational friends, like all that stuff. So I stepped away, and I think it was probably like a couple weeks. I was really on my own type shit. Like I was really on my all I did for that time period was really just like see it analysis, see it domain. Like that was really it. Then I think Kareem called me. I didn't talk to I didn't talk to anyone. I muted all the calls. I was just like chilling, doing my own thing. And then I think Kareem called me. He was like, "Ayo, you down to talk?" I was like, "Can't talk," because I think I was going somewhere at the time. I was like, "Yeah, we could talk afterwards." And we talked for a minute. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." I mean, like these niggas, they're cool. It's like there was never really a reason for me to. I was like, "Yeah, these are cool people. I don't need to like step off in terms of like, I still like these are still homies. I just don't like if we're not doing the same thing YouTube wise. We're not in the same channel. We can still be like on some cool terms and shit." So that's kind of where we started, I guess, because I think I hadn't talked to everyone in like a month or so. And then after that, obviously, that I was still away from the 301 stuff. So like it was Sunny, Shaq, and Kareem. I think you guys were doing like the 301 stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's where that takes over. I can't speak on
that's
that.
where that takes over. So yeah, the whole thing with the Drew thing is so from our perspective, he kind of like just said, "Yeah, I'm done," while we were doing it, right? And then like so for that, all of us, me, Shaq, and Sonny, we were mad like for like a month. We were actually just like mad at this nigga. We were like, bro. I was like, bro, what the hell is this nigga talking about? I remember I started cussing you out.
Right,
I started cussing him out in the call. Yeah.
If I'm remembering this right, wasn't this when we were trying to? Because Drew didn't really do music. Weren't we trying to do like because we did verses to a song?
We were doing verses to a song, and then he skipped out on it, and then basically
because he didn't really like music and he didn't really take it serious because we'd have writing like we had writing sessions where we listened to beats. We try to make verses. We'd help you like so. I helped Sonny on my verse. Kareem helped me on my verse. I like we were like it was like a real cohesive thing. So we was getting work done, but Drew never like joined these shits, and he's like, I just don't want to like. That's kind of when he like say that because we were gonna have like a rap thing type thing that we're gonna put out and record.
yeah,
but
it was gonna
like,
be a double XL freestyle. It's supposed to be the first video of the IRL channel that we're gonna do. We probably might still do it. We'll see, but you know, not right now though. But keep going.
I gotta find my verse. But like, so yeah, so that was really because Drew obviously that was like a year and a half ago or something. So Drew's more into music now. So I think Drew would actually appreciate doing something like that now. But at the time, Drew wasn't. He was just getting really introduced into like hip hop because Kareem, and Sonny were already listening to rap music like that. We already have like favorites, like you know what I'm saying. And Drew would enjoy music, but he wouldn't really understand it like he is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So because this nigga was a real weeb. He used to listen to anime intros in the car. But anyways.
Okay, so I actually want to break. No. I'm actually gonna break that. I want to break that. I want to beat that the allegations.
No, you can't beat the allegations. It's too late. You already said that shit.
Let me explain.
At the time too.
Because I wasn't a huge hip hop fan, right? But there were a lot of songs that I knew about. It's like the thing of like they weren't on my playlist, right? So there was like I listened to there was like intros. No.
Yes,
they were artists that are like they were good artists like Chance. I mean, like they were good artists that I actually listened to, but it just wasn't in high abundance. So we're not gonna try to beat those allegations because I can't just be.
Anyway, like Drew says, like he barely re-listened to any rap, listened to mainly anime intros, and you're not beating the allegations for as long as I live.
I think except for as long as I live is crazy. That is so wild. Except for as long as
anyway,
that's some hate.
Anyways, what's it called? Yeah. So onto that, we then decided to continue the channel with it was just us three, me, Sonny, and Shaq, and Shaq was preoccupied a lot because he had his work, right? So it was me and Sonny who had to brainstorm and do everything. And basically do everything for the channel while Shaq was just the on-camera presence, because Shaq, as you guys know, he's a really charismatic on-camera presence. So basically we just wanted him for that, and he could just focus on his work. But the problem was Sonny is very lackadaisical, or I mean swish, whatever. At the time, I won't say now because now he's kind of teed up, but at the time he was pretty lackadaisical, and he didn't really want to focus on brainstorming, and more just wanted to just record whatever and see how it came out. The problem with the type of content we were trying to make was you have to actually plan those types of videos out, otherwise they're gonna come out badly. And the type of videos we were trying to make is pretty ambitious at the time. Like I think it was a little bit too ambitious now that I think about it, but at the time it seemed like we could have done it. And it was like we were trying to go for like AMP Sidemen style type videos. So these were like actual like big videos that we had to actually put a lot of time into, where it comes to the planning process, the recording process, making sure the framing of the cameras is right, everything when it comes to that. So, you know, when it comes to that, we need everybody on the same page. And the problem was with Drew gone, he was kind of like the main guy I would go to for like basically like help as for what I should do here or what I should do there. And when I kept asking Sonny this, I just felt like he didn't want to put in the work or the effort to try and make the channel as good as it could be. And the way that I am, I'm kind of like a perfectionist to a fault. Like I want to get stuff done to the point where it's like really going to be good and people can't say that it's bad. So I just really wanted to get it done the right way. And we just didn't see eye to eye when it came to that.
So
go ahead, Shaq.
So Sonny, if anything, he was like, "Oh, we'll just do this shit by ear." So what? We'll have the people. We'll plan a little bit. We'll kind of do this shit by ear. Kareem wanted everything planned out. I was kind of in the middle, like where we should have like major shit we should do, and like have major times and because there was a whole thing like we try to do like I forgot it was like a pie in the face thing, right? So we really told Sonny because this is when I still can't drive, but like I had one time, right? So there to a football field, you can't hit with a
Shaq,
fire or some shit like that, right?
You're kind of cutting out.
Oh no! So basically, it was when we went to the football field. We had we were gonna have Kareem's cousin record, and it was gonna be like it was something with the football. And if you missed it, you got hit in the face with like a whipped cream and a pie, right? We told Sonny because I was paying. I think because we were going to a field next to Kareem's house, so I paid like $35 to Uber to Kareem's to the place and $35 back because I was both ways, right? And like I'm the one that came up with the idea. Kareem was all like, Kareem had the video, Kareem had the camera, he had a stand, he had everything, right? So me and Kareem were sitting on the field, waiting for this nigga to.
Keep going.
Yeah, no. Me and Kareem were sitting on the field waiting for this shit to happen, right? This is when I knew Sonny was a blunt at this point, right? And we told Sonny said, I'm gonna be late, but make sure you had the right shit. Me and Kareem were like, fine. So it's like 45 minutes. He shows up and he has, first of all, the pie tins he got had crust in them. It had raw crust in them, bro. I heat you not. We told this nigga to get empty pie tins. He got pie tins with in it. That shouldn't even make any sense. We also told him to get whipped cream, right? He got like marshmallow fluff. Like what the fuck are we like? So basically that whole shit was
he got icy. He got cake icy.
That shit was disgusting. Like what are like the whole point was if you have because he's on. I went to Walmart. They said they didn't have it. Like this is cap. I see in the store that there's like you can get like 12 pie tins for like 99 cents or some shit, like empty pies, and like whipped cream is like $1.99. Like it's not crazy, especially because I'm spending $35 to drive here and then drive back with Uber, right? Right?
Yeah.
And that thing would have been
spending $35 for Uber every time we meet up. Shaq's spending $35, and at this point we had recorded like 3 or 4 videos, and only one of them because. We eventually, I see it and I was like, okay, we gotta record videos because we have to get something done this summer. So I see it and I was like, okay, we'll just go with what Sonny's idea is. We'll just figure it out as we go. The problem with that was when we looked back at the videos, they were unusable. Like they were like literally unusable. And I'm not gonna put it all on Swish. He did fumble a lot for sure. He fumbled, but I'm not gonna put it all on him because. We just, as a collective, we kind of underestimated how much we needed to do and how much we could all take on, like, in terms of responsibility. But
the
ahead,
whole
Shaq.
idea with this bullshit was because we were trying to, like, film basketball games at first. Filming basketball takes a lot of filming power, a lot of content. That's very hard. My idea with this is, like, throw a football, you don't hit something, you get hit in the face with a pie. That didn't seem crazy, right? But the fact that this nigga didn't even get the right shit just pissed me the fuck off, bro. Like,
he's still pissing you off.
It still makes it mad. I kind of got over it, but Shaq was paying $35
because it was hot
every time. Yeah,
bro, we were sitting on the football field, hot, right? And then this nigga like
I went and keep in mind that day I had to go pick up my cousin. Then I went and bought a football because I didn't have one, so I went to buy a football. I bought one. And I brought the football, and Shaq paid for the Uber to get there, which was $35. and all he had to do was pay for whipped cream and pie tins.
Empty pie tins, and he got pie tins with raw crust in them and fucking like icing. I'm like, all right, like
Random monkey. What do you? I don't know what you're asking, but continue.
But that yeah, so as you can see, it was a lot of like inner differences like with everything, and you know, we just all were not on the same page. Are we still in good terms? Somewhat. You know,
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't say we're in bad terms, right? But you know, we're all kind of like you know, me, Shaq, and Drew, of course, we're still on good terms, of course. Because as Drew said, I had to be the bigger man and call him, you know, and be like, yo, what's good?
Like, he had to beg me, and I was like, yes. I was like,
it's like, nah, but,
like,
you know, I was like, it was like a month, right, where we didn't speak, right? And I was just like, yo, this is stupid. Like, Drew was one of my first friends at college, right? So I was like, bro, am I going to just go to college and just, because we were going to go back to campus that semester. So I was like, am I just going to go to college and just avoid this nigga? Like, that's just dumb. So I was like, let me just call him and just like see if we could just hash out our differences, because we're still going to go to college. So it didn't make sense for us to be mad at each other or whatever for that long. So that's pretty much why. That was my reasoning for calling. I was like, it didn't make sense that you could not be friends over all right, chill. Chill. That's not, I wouldn't say that's true. Chill.
Yo, all right, nigga. Nah. Fuck this. I'm the glue of the group, nigga. We didn't just hear the story. Come on,
nah, bro. I'd say it's an even group. It's a pretty even spread.
So, and that's the thing is, so we don't have to be with
father. I'm like Darth Vader.
Before I started taking rides to Kareem's house, before Kareem started like editing. Kareem, to Soham's credit, to his Red Devil also follow his channel, right? Because we fuck with Soham. He said immediately, I would not, like, personally, I'm not comfortable. Red Devil also, like he immediately said it. So instead of wasting time and like money and like our attention, he just immediately said, I'm cool, right? Which is like, I respect it, right? It was the fact that Swish was like wishy-washy, and then he eventually just went out, right? So he's giving half credit and then go out. Now on the flip side, I never really was bad with Drew. My worst relationship with Drew is when we first met, because me and Drew got fucking each other when we first met.
Funny.
But so with Swish, right? Swish was like one of my first friends, or Sonny. He was one of my first friends I met when I went to college, right? Because I was hooping, right? I was hooping by myself, and then we had a friend named Josh. He's all like, hey, you guys want to hoop with us? And Josh had known Sonny, and like me and Sonny, like we started to bond, we started to hoop. Like our games kind of like fit with each other, because it was like, I'm a big man, he's a guard, so it was like a little mini Shaq and Kobe. That's kind of why they call me Shaq, right? Yeah, it was cool, right? With Swish, I'd say we're on decent terms, but then he just kind of stopped talking to us. I don't know why. Like, I think there's another story that we could probably go into another stream, and it's about, because we also had a basketball team that made the finals, like, because we play intramural basketball at our school, right? And we made the finals 3 times, and we lost all 3 times.
Yeah, all 3 times. So there's that.
I feel like that's
a story for another day. But yeah,
that probably did more.
Long story short, everybody's pretty much cool with everyone. You know, no one's harboring like huge grudges. Sonny hasn't been talking to us for a while, but I think that's just because he wants to focus on his channel. I don't think it's anything like malicious.
He said he wanted to focus on himself, but it's like, all right, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you don't want to say like just check in.
I don't think, but
say you don't get bitches. Like,
Sonny, I don't. I mean, all I'm saying is, you know, shout out to him. He's doing what he's doing. The whole thing is, what's it called? I don't think it's maliciously he's saying like it's like he's doing that though.
No,
so,
I mean, I think I feel like I talked to, because like, so me, because like it was first semester, right, of college. Me and Sonny were kind of were. I'm not gonna say we weren't. I'm not gonna say whoring out, but we were in a situation, right, in which we were talking to 2 girls that kind of knew each other, so we were hanging out a lot more. So like, that's because before then, that was like the first semester of when we came back from COVID. So me and Sonny were talking a lot. Like, we were talking like every day on some shit. It was just a lot of stuff. So I feel like I got closer to Sonny, and then obviously we met his little brother, John New. So I talked to Sonny.
John New's cool beef.
Yo said, ain't he in the
So
server? Swish? I don't know. He might be in the server.
In it, he is in it, but yeah, he's in it, but he doesn't really talk. I mean,
he
a
probably
lot of
doesn't
niggas
use
are
it.
in it.
That's another thing. So he deleted all his social media. I don't know why. Like,
Yeah, he's really on his avatar shit right now. He's on his Aang shit.
He's like, "Ain't like niggas have not seen him." I don't know.
That nigga.
But yeah, it's just like
he's meditating in the Himalayas. Like I don't know where he is.
I think the last time I talked to him, it must have been like it was like maybe a week before I went to Chicago. So that's that was like what the 8th, like maybe like early June. It was like I think I talked to John New like June 11th. I talked to Sonny a little bit before then. So I mean it's been a couple weeks.
so and that's another thing. So I tried to start a conversation with Sonny, but because he's a Hawks fan, right? And I said like, what do you think about the Hawks? He's like, I just seen what is it? DeJounte Murray is going to get traded to the Hawks. He's like, yeah, I've seen that, and then he didn't say anything. I was like, all right, I'm not one of your friends. I'm not a bitch, bro. Like I'm not gonna like double text. Like, all right.
These
Like,
they have like I can't double text. I'll double text bitches. You never double text you.
That's
Like,
funny.
because Sonny is a Hawks fan
yeah.
because he likes how Trae Young plays, right? Because he tries to play, like, it's fun, right? So I tried to start a conversation about something he likes, right? Which is the Hawks, and he didn't say anything, right?
Yeah.
All he said was, "Yeah, I've seen that." I was like, "Okay."
Yes. It's kind of crazy.
All right, but anyway,
That's
that
like-
was the very
that's-
long-winded story of basically how
Of the
301,
301 like, what happened with
collapsed.
301.
We'll be back with another IRL channel. That's what I want to do for sure. I don't know about these two. I think they're down. You guys are down, right? I don't know. Not right now.
No, I don't want
but-
to do anything with. I don't want to do anything with you guys, to be honest. Like,
Oh,
if we're
okay.
gonna be completely honest.
I guess.
Dude, I'm being so serious. I don't know why
know.
you're like why you laughed at that. Like I don't.
But anyways, yeah, we'll be back with.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's one video. There's one video that I think we did really well, but we never went out. It was the video when we were trying to sell. What?
The Olympics one.
No, not the Olympics one. When we tried to sell the stupid product.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
You could do that again. I think that would be that's a good in person thing. We should.
That's
do
a
that.
very good impression.
No,
that
that's
should-
good. Yeah, because we could have like a pointer. Everybody can make a PowerPoint. And
Yeah,
see, like,
I made
that was
a
I'm not gonna
character for
do
that.
I'm not-
Shout out to Mr. Obobo, bro.
Mr.
that a
Obobo. Do I need a character? Call
I
him
don't
real
know.
nigga.
I mean,
That's already
so
easy,
again,
though.
that shit was tough. Because the thing is, Drew, you didn't have slides, nigga. You said you're gonna wing it. You said you're gonna be
Drew put
you
no
said you're gonna
effort
be-
in,
you're gonna be a
no
goat.
effort in, and
Oh,
then thought he
goat.
was gonna get paid, and then decided to hold everybody else. Nah, bro, that shit. I was like, bro, come on, bro.
So
That's just
I think not gonna lie, Kareem definitely had the best performance. Now I was a hater, right? Because I was a hater, right?
So I'm
Because my
saying, y'all
performance
niggas
was
are
good, but
hating,
Kareem
bro.
made a whole character. I'm not gonna lie, I was hating. Kareem definitely had the best performance for light team. But I can't do an African accent. I can't. Like it's one of my weaknesses. You feel me? Like do you know the way? Like,
One
that's
of
all I
your
got.
many weaknesses are.
One of his petty weak. Nah, relax. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's a good wrapping up point, right?
This is a good
Drew
wrapping
say
up
you gotta
point,
go
so.
soon. I probably gotta go eat. It's already 9:00. We've been on this for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So
2 hours and 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So thanks for coming out, guys. Like honestly, thanks for coming out. Since you guys wanted to know the story, there it is. I'll add that to the title, I guess. And what any guys?
You can
wanna
throw in
say
more
anything?
stories as time goes by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
we have a lot more stories. So if you like,
I
the
mean, I'm a
story-
great person, so like, there's just so much that can come from like my wisdom and whatnot. So
yeah, okay.
Another thing
Niggas
is,
not trying to
Alito
agree.
Morris,
That's
like,
crazy.
always, support the guys, support us, but support Red Devil also because I think he wants to do what is it? An invincible he wants to do an invincible overshoot. He wants to do I think the Boys season 3 overshoot when the Boys finishes.
I would do that. I haven't seen Invincible, but I'll do the boys. That should be tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the boy. So me and Drew might be in one of his videos, like maybe in the future
That's
because he's
crazy.
doing a
Y'all
lot
didn't
this
get
summer.
invited? That's crazy.
No. Well,
I'm playing,
but the thing is, the last thing he
playing,
knows
I'm
is we haven't really touched on is that you were cracking on the Boys. You was like, "Hey yo, you're watching the Boys." Hey yo, that
I
sucks.
did tell
Oh,
Soul, I was
yeah,
like,
I
yeah, Soul,
forgot.
boys.
I forgot about that.
Like he's
He
not
doesn't
gonna
even know you
invite
watched.
me, I gotta-
He doesn't even know you watched the show. Let's be
Yeah, I
honest.
forgot
Like,
about
Cochran, you could give
Nah,
good
he-
insight on the show, right? But it's like the last thing he remembers, you were conning it. So
Yeah, I forgot about that. You
Crazy
said
world
June
we
flight
live
the biggest disappointment I've ever seen for sure. That nigga's ass, no matter what month.
crazy.
I'm not gonna
You're
lie,
not wrong, but that's crazy.
like like June flight or semester one Sunny. Like when he was getting all them joints, like it's like or Sunny, like
Oh, I want to hate on him, but God,
All
like, what are we doing?
right.
He just sliced anything
is he
now,
your
like,
king? Is he your big bro? Like, what,
is that
like,
your lord?
is he
I
your
don't know. I
lord
feel
and
like
savior? Like, I don't
like
know.
if we're just throwing at anything, like semester two, Drew was kind of in his bag too. Like, I don't
Like,
know.
if we're just gonna say
I don't
anything,
know.
like every semester, Kareem is just the greatest person of all time.
I don't
Nigga,
know.
cap it.
I don't know. Are y'all better? Are y'all better than FedEx Edward? Like I don't know. Like FedEx
Yes,
Ed.
everyone is better than FedEx
Yo,
Edward. No, it was
FedEx Edward said his mustache curled into his mouth. Like, I don't know.
no, that was Deno. No, FedEx Edward had dreadlocks and he didn't get it. Like that's crazy. No, it was. It's not semester. It's not semester two, Drew. It's apartment, Drew. Apartment, Drew. That nigga is kind of tough. Like that he's pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Apartment Drew doesn't know how to put on a do-rag.
I mean, we're talking about the Joyce. Like the Joyce don't care. Like, they don't seem
Apartment
to mind.
apartment. Drew thinks that he can get from Chicago to Houston in an afternoon. I would.
Apartment Drew was getting the drink. That's what like the apartment Drew was. That's the poorest. That's like the most powerful. Like
apartment Drew thinks that Maryland is a hop, skip, and a jump away from Houston. I can't.
Despite the hate that they're just doing right now, like apartment Drew is like that's a top tier nigga. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
Nah,
you just can't even debate that. Like.